evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of High Top Sports. Mama, we made it. We are here live at Best Bet St. Augustine, located off I-95, exit 311. We're going to have Mike on him just a little bit later. He is the manager here on staff. Going to talk all things Best Bet. We can't thank them enough for allowing us doofuses to be here today and to be able to host this event and to be able to hang out. This place is absolutely incredible. Ricky and I walked in here and lost our entire life savings within a matter of 3 minutes. It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. My wallet literally jumped out of my back pocket and started just spending money everywhere. We are excited. I can't tell you enough. It's draft night. The energy is a buzz. We got the Jags suited up, ready to go. The number one pick, who is this going to be? We're going to talk all about it. But before we get into that, shout out to the man, F's Fanatics, Cody, joining us today. He's in the Minnesota War Room right now, live with everybody there, head coaches, everybody. He's got the inside scoop from Minnesota. Cody, how are you feeling, Bubba? Good to see you.
Boy, I am pumped up for another draft. This is my first ever draft via podcast, and I'm super excited to be here with High Top Sports. Obviously, a longtime watcher of the channel, and I am grateful for having me on. Yes, I am live from the Vikings draft room, and boys and girls, let me tell you, there's going to be some fireworks tonight, okay? The Lions have 2 picks, and the Minnesota Vikings GM, Kwesi, has been known to dabble with the Detroit Lions. So I'll let you know if they tap me on the shoulder and say, hey, something's about to happen, because I'm live.
I love the energy. We just got, hey, Rick, our old fashions are over there.
You want me to grab it?
Yeah, let's get those memos fired up. We're here having a good time. I love Cody's energy in the bike room. He had a homework assignment to be prepared for what's going to be happening, what other teams are looking for. We've been doing our homework. We've been practicing. We're not going to just be a bunch of buffoons here tonight. We're dialed in and ready to go. We're excited to see. Let's talk about, look, we've got a few minutes before the first round draft pick goes. Who are we thinking, Coach? Who are you feeling right now? Before we do that, let me say a shout out to everybody that's in here right now. We got Daniel Riviera, Clint Clements. Let's go Falcons. Godspeed to show my boy. What's up, big dog? If you guys want to call in, link is in the description. We are doing a call-in show, so bring your energy, bring your excitement, show some love. And we got $10 from Connor Griffith, says 10 on black. Let's get it, boys. The energy is alive right now. I'm loving it. Good seeing you guys. Steve will be on. He's closing down our other job at the moment. IB Mac, what's going on, big dog? LFGM, here we go. Harrison Sanchez. Woo! There's Mama A. Her birthday is tomorrow. Make sure you guys show her some love. And Justin Goodwin says, LFG, let's effing go. And the AJ Show says, have an awesome stream. You already know your boy at the AJ Show. Hit it with a like. Let's go. Drop a like. 50 plus in here already. And we ain't even got warmed up yet, boys. Cody, over to you, big guy. How you feeling, man?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. If we want to start dissecting this before it happens, Carolina, obviously number one. You know, here's the thing. They get the head coach from Frank Reich from Indianapolis, and he is an ex-quarterback. We know that. And so, you know, does he go Bryce? Does he go Stroud? Does he say, you know, I think AR may be the guy if I could just clean him up a little bit, you know, on the mechanics, the accuracy. Boy, I tell you, it's going to get wild. And I truthfully think Carolina sets the stone on what's going to happen throughout the draft with the first overall pick.
I love that you mentioned that. I don't think people are understanding how much power Carolina has right now in setting the tone for the rest of the evening, right? I mean, they are really going to put this thing into motion, obviously probably set the tone on whether or not the Titans trade up for that 3rd pick to Arizona. You talked about Minnesota possibly trading up for Bijan Robinson. That was kind of like your early Dark Knight prediction, right? And we'll get into that if that starts to happen. But yeah, Carolina controls the pieces right now on how that plays out. Let me go over to you, Rick. Almost forgot that you were sitting over there, buddy. My bad. I mean, Ricky watches. He's a Miami guy. He's a Dolphins guy. I don't believe they have a 1st round pick today, bud.
Yeah, that sucks. Miami doesn't have a 1st round pick. I came here set and ready to go, saying who we getting,
Did nobody,
and we getting nope.
no, unless they make some wild trade
That's not going to happen.
to get up there. Look, the Will Levis noise has been absolutely insane over the last 48 hours to be possibly going first pick here. And look, I think the scores that came out, typically, Mike was telling me before the show, anybody that scores under an 80 doesn't have much success. AR was like 79 from what he was telling me. But CJ Stroud had like 18%. I mean, it was horrendous. And he came out and said, I play football, whatever. But look, guys, GMs look at that stuff. That's a big factor. And I think that's going to impact his rating because I think CJ was heavily first, but that has slowly went down. And Bryce Young's size is a huge concern for everybody. It's been a concern from the beginning, and it's still a big concern now. And that's, I think, why Will Levis, he's that quarterback that gives you, he's a comfort. He's your security blanket. I don't think the ceiling for Will Levis is as high as the other quarterbacks, but if you're trying to make something and be successful now, in my opinion, Will Levis in the next 1 to 2 years probably gives you the best chance to win. I'm not saying he's the best quarterback. I don't believe that at all. Yeah. But to win right away, I think that's why his value has skyrocketed. The other guys are a huge, big boom or bust. We'll get into the profile scores a little bit later, but it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be exciting. I think everybody wants either Bryce, AR, or CJ. I think that's what's going to happen. The Will Levis noise definitely is just noise, but my good, if Will goes first,
wild.
Whew.
I'll tell you this, Will Levis looking pretty good in those Instagram pictures. Looks like he could melt a drug testing cup, no problem. Little D-ball, is what it is.
Melt a drug. Unbelievable.
Here's the thing, boys. I truthfully think that I don't see Levis first overall, but that's the only guy that doesn't have any smoke. So with Carolina, Carolina has visited AR quite a bit, and they have visited Bryce Young quite a bit.
Sure.
So it's one of those things, and you obviously want to keep it close to the vest. Do I think Levis is a day one starter over the other four? Personally, I think Stroud is probably the best ready to go guy right now. He seems to have all the tools. He can throw off platform. He played for Ohio State. Those guys can play a little bit of ball over there. So I just think that Stroud is my number one guy, but we'll see what Carolina thinks.
I love your thought. I love your mindset on that. The thing that I was talking about today as well, in my opinion, Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, both fit into a system right now. Ohio State, Alabama. They pump out quarterbacks. They pump out players because they have such a phenomenal system surrounding them. My concern with CJ and Bryce is they're used to that system. I don't believe they're ready to come and take a organization to that next level. They're not that. They can be a generational quarterback. They can be a franchise quarterback. I just don't believe they are the guy right now to get it started. Will Levis had to be the guy at Kentucky. He wasn't really sitting in a nice, comfortable system. Anthony, same thing. Anthony gives you the big boom aspect and really wasn't in a system at Florida. Right. So that's what really makes him enticing. The other two guys scare me a little bit because of how much of a system they were in. It looks like the draft might. No, this isn't it.
So look at this. The TVs are like 3 different ones.
What's that? Is that the clock going on over there?
Yeah, over there up at the
I need top. The countdown clock. Are you watching? Can we get a countdown clock? There. Can you see what's going on, Cody?
Yeah, I got the draft fired up on my phone here. It looks like Roger Goodell is standing there with a couple people, and they're about to kick this thing off. I don't see the famous, obviously you are on the board or the pick is in.
Okay, that's fair.
I do not think it has started.
Is there a clock counting down right now?
No.
Okay, so
you see what I'm seeing right there, right? At the bottom?
Yeah, that's what I want because I need this over here.
Yeah.
It's a different channel. I wonder if I can get we should ask them to get that channel over there. Oh, look at this. This has got to be just celebration Mahomes. Right now.
Yeah, they just bring the trophy out. The little.
Let me know down in the chat real quick. Super chat from IB Max. That's $5. Let's play some bets on me. How about them Gators?
What you want us to bet on?
Make money,
Is there any way to get that TV channel, the one with the banner on the big one, so we can see the countdown clock? Where's the countdown clock? Over there, that for the 4 squares. You see what I'm talking about? The top left. There we go. I don't know what channel this is, but I can't. The small TVs over there, they got a big, like 4 big projector screens, but that one doesn't have the countdown. We need the countdown so I know what's going on.
Most definitely.
Let me know down in the comments who you guys are thinking are going first. John P. Panthers are not on the clock. Thank you, John P. Appreciate for the info there. So look, you really kind of hit on the head, Cody, when you hopped on and said that they set the tone. I really haven't even thought about that on how they control the outcome of this draft. We've been saying it all week. Look, the NFL, first of all, does a phenomenal job on marketing. I've always believed that. They do a good job of just hyping things up, making you excited. They did a great job again with this draft. It's a very mediocre draft in the sense of players, but they're very high-profile players, right? Everybody knows them. Even though they don't really have the flash. We complain in years past, like last year, it's like lineman, O-lineman, offensive guard. Nobody knows lineman and D lineman.
Yeah.
We know the running backs. We know the wide receivers. We know the quarterbacks.
Yeah, it's the offense you want to see.
Exactly. And this draft is full of it. Tons of great wide receivers. Jordan Addison, Jackson Smith from Ohio State.
Trey Flowers.
Tavion from TCU.
Is on the clock.
Carolina, there it is. 10 minutes on the clock. Mike from Best Bet just got it going on. You're good, Mike. You can leave it. You're good. That's the man right there.
Now I say this. I see Daniel down here saying that Jalen Carter. Now we gotta discuss this before this draft kicks off here.
Yes, Connor. Say that again, buddy.
Do you guys think that Jalen Carter falls deep into the first round?
I love this question. Cody out here just bringing some. Cody's been doing his. He did his homework, boys. Look, Cody's heavy on him falling out of the first round, right? That's your prediction. Like you're saying that Jalen goes home tonight with an empty hand.
Possibly or late to either the Steelers or who else do I have? Hold on. Let me get my
Cody looks red. He's fired up.
It's hot
in the war room, boys.
Yeah.
Look, I think BB, what's up, baby? I don't think he drafts that far. I think we the media have created a lot of noise. I think we're going to be surprised. I know he's put on a lot of weight, but he has the highest draft profile score at like a 7.0. And we'll get into those once the first pick goes. But my goodness, there's 10 minutes. There's 8 minutes left on the clock, and I got to tell you, I'm fired up.
So with Jalen Carter, Seattle has had rumblings about Jalen Carter. Now they have a pretty high pick. They got number 5, but also they have number. Let's see what other number they have. 2 picks. Okay, guys. So, and I have them actually taking them in the 2nd pick. Because I think a lot of teams do not want to mess with him because of the off the field issues that we know of. Now, these teams will send out private investigators and all kinds of things. I think he could get taken at 20 by Seattle. It's one of those things. We don't know if the smoke is essentially like, hey,
I forgot Seattle does have 2
do
picks.
We really like this? Do we like this guy? Maybe we let him go and drop because the big question is unknown. We have seen guys come into the league and just absolute bust because of weight. I remember Oakland took a quarterback way back in the day from LSU. Kind of same issue, right? Kind of got in a little bit of trouble. So that guys do not want to waste their first round picks on possibility of guys getting in trouble. If he does go to Seattle, I don't see an issue because I think Pete Carroll will lock that down.
Let's go back. Let's try to think of some key players. Who was the player that Miami ended up drafting with the bong? You know what I'm talking about. Had the bong photo. He dropped down a lot because of that photo.
Larry Tunsil.
Larry Tunsil, and he ended up being great. The Honey Badger. The Honey Badger was a big one. I love the Honey Badger coming out of LSU. Had some off the field, issues that made him go way down. Incredible steal in the draft. I mean, he's obviously had success, Super Bowl champion. So look, I think some of the off the field stuff. I think you saw his success. Look, I think Kirby runs a pretty tight ship, and both of those, Stetson Bennett kind of ran into the same thing. Both those guys coming off of a natty, back-to-back natties. you kind of let loose a little bit, right? You got a little lazy, definitely got a little arrogance. There was some news. We were talking last night with Steve and David after the show with Stetson Bennett having a lot of just off the field or just personnel issues with the GMs and head coaches. Nobody's really bought into him. So,
Stetson drops to almost day 3.
All they're showing
nobody-
right now is
and look, I think we'll go to the TV real quick. They're all they're showing right now is Bryce Young. Bryce Young is all over the TV as if the Panthers have already picked him. Typically, we see this once the player's been picked, but we haven't seen a highlight from anybody else.
Yeah,
so
I was waiting to see if they're just kind of like chopped
right.
up for 10 minutes.
We're 5 minutes in, and they haven't showed another player. Which I hate that. You know, I want the excitement.
Yeah,
and I felt like we had it, and they're kind of taking it away. Look, phenomenal job to Bryce Young. He didn't participate in the combine. We talked a lot of smack to him because of his size. The only guy that had very little noise this entire time going to end up squeaking out number 1 draft pick.
Muddy. Nobody said number 1 draft pick.
Look, honestly, though, because in my opinion, I feel like he's the most boring pick, right? Yeah. He's the safest pick in regards to he has a great score, clean record, right? Alabama quarterback. Let the Panthers take that and let it ride, because then the mayhem starts.
Yeah.
Because at that point, with C.J. Stroud's there's new scores coming out, with Anthony Richardson and his hype, with the Houston having a 2nd and 11th pick, we were talking before the cast. That's like having like a fantasy pick, right? You can really double up on some power there with if you get a great quarterback, team that up with a wide receiver in Jackson Smith. You've got a good thing going now for Houston, because they just drafted Dameon Pierce last year, so obviously they don't need to go after Bijan. You got your 3-headed monster that you've been looking for a long time.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? So, look, if I'm Houston, you almost kind of feel like a burden's off your back, I think, if you take away Bryce Young. And look, that's where we did a mock draft. My mock draft got deleted, but I have Will Levis actually going 2nd. I picked Bryce going 1st and Will Levis going to Houston to kind of give you guys some subject. And then I had Arizona trading the Titans for that 3rd round, and then the Titans taking C.J. Stroud. So kind of give you guys a little bit my thought process so far.
Well, guys, you gotta remember who Frank Reich is. The guy is just not a flashy guy. Okay, look at the quarterbacks that he had in Indianapolis. All right, he goes out and gets Carson Wentz, not a flashy guy. Right, he goes out and gets Matty Ice, not a flashy guy. He has a certain typical quarterback that he likes, and he's running the helm over there at Carolina.
Oh, okay. They reached the clock. The pick is in. The pick is in. But I need to have the da-da-da. I used to have it on here.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh,
yeah. At least I can find it on
NFL draft pick.
Yeah. Oh wait. Oh. The pick.
Oh, that's football.
Is in. Yeah, I know.
All right.
Yeah, now look, he got out of his seat. All right, we don't want to get copyrighted. Anyways, the pick is in, boys and girls. We're extremely delayed. Oh no.
Well, Chad, that's your job. If you see it before we do, let us know, and then we'll just react on it.
Well, I'm not gonna watch the chat. But look, we have 84 people in here. I want to say thank you guys for hanging out with us this evening, I guess, on a Thursday night. It is a call-in show, so don't be shy. The link's in the description. Call in. Can you make sure the link's in the description? I've done this before.
Make sure they don't call in and tell us who the pick is.
Yeah, don't call and tell us the pick, but call in, right? Have
the link is not there.
It's not there?
It's not there.
You sure?
What I see right here is this.
All right, my bad, boys.
Way to go.
First time, boys.
It's all right. It's your first stream. It happens.
It's.
Where are you at?
All right, there we go.
You have best bet?
Callie says, I'm not in a casino. Callie, you're not. Well, typically, so last time you called us, you were in a casino. So it's only fitting.
It's our turn.
Mr. Nobody says Bryce Young is the pick. I hope that you're not ahead of us that far. Or you're just making.
I don't have it on my. It just says the pick is in. Mel Kiper's going on about how he's the greatest mock drafter, the mock father.
Bryce Young. Okay, we should have known that was coming. But now, like I said.
Were you shocked?
So the stage is set, guys.
The stage
Bryce
is
Young
set.
is off the board.
Bryce Young off the board. It's look, this is going to be an exciting night. This is only the start. Very interesting play, though. I got to be honest with you. I think your point to the GM, not a flashy guy. I think you read him like a book. So far, you picked Bryce Young in your mock draft, right?
Bryce Young first, and I have Houston Texans taking C.J. Stroud.
Okay. And I said I had Will Levis, so we've got a little bit of a take. Steve, who do you have going second? I'm sure he had this going as well. I've got the scores here. Let's go over this with everybody. So for quarterback, Bryce Young had the highest score at 6.82. And to kind of give you guys what that means, right? That 6.82 tells you that they are a year one starter. All right. So the grades are from 1 to 8, 8 being the perfect prospect. You rarely see that. Trevor Lawrence is like a 7.4, I believe, which put them at a perennial all pro, right? Meaning all pro like every year, right? So a solid pick. 7.0 to 7.0 is a Pro Bowl talent. 6.7 to 6.9, which is where Bryce Young falls, is a 1-year starter. But here's where it gets dicey, right? After Bryce Young, you got C.J. Stroud is at 6.7. He is at 6 point. He's also a year one starter. After that, Anthony Richardson, 6.4. Will Levis, 6.3. That puts them and will eventually be a plus starter. 6.4 will become a good starter within 2 years. So what I've been saying this entire time, that these guys need time. And that's the score that both of them got. Will Levis actually will eventually be plus starter. So that could be 3 to 5 years. And then who's the other big quarterback? Hendon Hooker is next at 6.2. 6.2 puts him at will eventually be average starter for Hendon Hooker.
Hendon Hooker, a lot of smoke out of the Minnesota Vikings war room for him. Maybe possibly trading up for a second pick to get him. Also, there is smoke that Miami may trade to get Dalvin Cook.
Oh, I would. Oh, let it happen.
Let it happen.
I told you it happened like 3 months ago.
That would be huge. Miami.
Live from my war room right here, guys. There's chatter. I can hear them.
I love it. Let's go. We got our first caller, my man, Callie Burberry, baby. What up, big dog? Welcome to the stream, champ.
What's up, man? Yeah, I can actually hear you, so this is good.
Yeah, glad that we're back in. We got to change the Texans are on the clock.
Yep, about 5 minutes.
You know what's funny is that's the only one I don't have.
Way to go.
I don't know how I messed that up. I got ahead of myself and did not add the Carolina, the Houston, Texas. So we'll take it off for now. Callie Burbia, how's your thought on the first round draft pick, Bubba? Talk to me.
So here's my, candidly, I'm not a huge NFL guy. So my thoughts really revolve around Anthony Richardson. And I've been thinking about this a lot, actually. And I went online and started looking because all of the 2022 first round draft picks, you can see what those contracts were, right?
Sure.
So this is what I don't get with Anthony. So this guy is a freak. We all agree he's a freak. He's the best athlete probably in college football, especially the best athlete as a quarterback. And he's taking this chance by going to the NFL now rather than staying and having a legacy at the University of Florida. So everyone's projecting him top 5, top 7?
Callie, listen, the Colts are number 4, and they got the wackiest owner, not the Raiders, and he is all about AR-15.
So what is? I feel like the number 4 last year, that's somewhere in like the $30 million range for the contract, right? But I don't know if that's guaranteed money or not. That's what I couldn't find. But if I was talking to Anthony, I would say, listen, I don't understand why you can't stay at the University of Florida and get some sort of NIL deal that's worth $5 to $10 million, play an extra year, and cement your legacy in college football. Because the reality is, he's already there. He's going to go to the NFL, but the average career in the NFL is what, 3 years? Maybe.
Yeah. With a first round draft pick, they have the 5th year option. Usually that gets picked up. So you're looking at 4 years guaranteed.
Yeah, Trevor had 4. Trevor the 5th year.
With a 5th year option, so possibly 5. The thing is when you see a guy like Hendon Hooker go down, it kind of makes you wonder. And he already had a couple scares throughout the season. All right, so it's one of those things. I don't think it's anything about Florida. I think that he said, "Look, the Colts are at 4. They're a little wild, and I can make a lot of money."
So
let's do a quick update. So the Texas pick is in, by the way, guys. Pick 3 is already on the clock. I saw in the chat somebody said they selected Stroud. Are we that behind here? I'm watching 19 different TVs, and
I have the pick is in on Texans. They're in the Texan war room.
How are we? There's no, I mean, unless that's a prediction in the comments.
Probably.
Okay, because I haven't heard anybody else say that. So okay,
because I look at all 3 of these.
There's no way all these TVs are behind your best bet. I mean, I would say a little delayed, sure, but
that guy was moving way.
Sorry to cut you off, Callie. I know you, Callie. I'm good. Callie, I love having Callie on the show. He's super dialed in with this stuff.
So here's my
Hey, Goodell's walking up. Nobody look at the comment section. The selection's in. CJ Stroud. I've got Will Levis. Okay, John P was predicting. Thank you. CJ Stroud.
I'm 2-0, boys.
Wow. Look at
2-0.
Okay, Cody's earning some reps here, boys.
I'm dialed in.
We might have to bring Cody on contract. I mean, this guy's in the war room here in Minnesota. He hasn't missed a pick here. I was reaching with Will Levis there, obviously. I like to be dicey. Look, CJ Stroud, to be honest with you, the pick was in so quick. I feel like the Houstons feel like they won the lottery with that pick because of how quick it was in. Look, I said the whole time the Houstons are in a great spot. CJ Stroud, I think you can argue outside of his scores, probably the best quarterback coming out of this draft. Sheer size, sheer ability to throw. I think they got an absolute steal here. We will see. I hate the Texans, obviously being a Jags fan, but it is exciting to see them get a franchise quarterback. Obviously, Deshaun Watson was their guy. Had to move on from there. And hopefully we can keep him out of the massage rooms. That would be fantastic. We don't need to see that happen again to Houston. But look, because shout out to CJ Stroud and to Ohio State. I think what's lining up right now, boys, is the most vanilla draft, which everyone thought was going to happen, probably was hoping that did not happen. It looks like AR to the Seahawks or to the Colts and Will Levis to the Seahawks. That's how this is playing out. You think no? What do you got next, big guy?
Seahawks have 2 picks. The Lions have 2 picks. It's gonna get dicey. I'm not saying it's gonna be as crazy as years on past. Arizona sticks. I think they go and they replace Watt with Will Anderson.
Okay.
Why not? You have to. Will Anderson's probably the most plug and play player right now in this draft, coming out of Alabama.
No, it's Alabama.
Okay, I'm sorry, I messed that up.
Right.
That's Will Anderson is my pick for Arizona. Listen, the first 4 or 5, they're kind of set in stone, but it's when these teams have 2 picks in a row, it starts to get a little wild.
Okay, I love that. We're expecting some hype, some spiciness. Arizona's on the clock. They got 4 minutes left, but let's go over CJ Stroud really quick with a grade of 6.7. Again, that puts him into a year 1 starter. Obviously, a great grade. So a good pickup for Houston. Even though we have our personal opinion about that, I think it's going to be a solid fit, especially with Dameon Pierce. And to be honest, that offense really started finding a rhythm last year with Driscoll as their quarterback. So look, maybe Houston's more fit and more prepared to slide somebody in than we're expecting. It will be interesting to see what he's able to do. But again, Anthony Richardson and Will Levis still the next hot topics to go. Just to kind of give you some stats, CJ Stroud 6'3", 214. Okay, hand size 10. And production score, he ranked second in the 223 combine with 97. The athleticism score ranked 11th out of quarterbacks for 73. Total score, 85, ranking him 3rd. So kind of guys, again, just giving you some perspective on CJ. Let me go to Bryce real quick just to see what he's doing.
He swapped me to Arizona over there.
Oh, yeah. Good call, buddy. Thank you.
I like Muddy's comment right there. I've never thought of that. He says, really hope ARs goes to Atlanta so we can team up with Pitt. That would be sick to watch.
Wow, that would be. That's a possibility. Muddy, so real quick, Muddy says some weird shit, and it sticks. Yeah. I remember we were doing March Madness, and Buddy put in that FAU was going to be his Cinderella story. Mm-hmm. And were they a Cinderella story or what? They made it to the Final Four. I go, Buddy gave me the answers in the chat, and I ignored it. I was like, unbelievable. Like, Buddy would just says some randomness, and then it locks. I think Arizona's probably the least exciting one. I think we all agree that Will Anderson's going to take that. My Bryce Young pick clicker, there we go. Wasn't working. So he ranked first overall score for production score, 6th in athleticism. Obviously, I think we know all Anthony landed first with that. But first overall. So, I mean, so far they're following suit. I wonder who ranks second in quarterback. It had to have been Will Levis or Anthony, right?
I'm not sure.
Do we have a prediction who Arizona
sorry.
is taking?
Will Anderson.
Will Anderson for sure.
Who do you got, Kelly? I don't know who the second quarterback is.
Real fast on CJ Stroud, guys. He does not have to start day one. They got a couple veterans in Davis Mills and Case the Magic Carpet Keenum that took us all on the magic carpet ride back in the day in Minnesota. Okay, so he doesn't have to start day one. You kind of get him in, get him knowing the playbook, and I would like to see him probably year 2.
Look, that's a solid point. I think we keep thinking that they're going to be the guy. Cardinals trading to Texans. Texans on the clock. Shut up, John P.
No.
Shut up, John P. Is that no way we have a trade? The Texans are going all in. Who could they possibly be going after?
Yeah, Texans going to grab Will Anderson.
Oh my goodness.
They have to be.
Are they trading that 11th pick for that? Do you think that's more valuable than a Jackson Smith? Guys, could you believe this? Why are we so behind? I got to keep up the music for that one, boy. This just in, we have a trade. Arizona Cardinals trading to the Titans. I guess they haven't showed it on the screen yet. They must be talking about it because I can't hear them. It's got to be Will Anderson. Unbelievable. Look at Nick Saban hanging out little Will Anderson.
Don't forget Lovie Smith over there at the Houston Texans as DC, and he likes those Alabama products out there.
Bro, can we comment on his suit?
Who's Nick's?
Yeah.
Nicky got that Sammy rocket. Yeah. Nicky looking fresh. And the pick is in. They show Will Anderson. Wow, Texans. You got to be excited if you're a Texan fan, right?
Who's a Texan?
The pick is in. The Browns. We don't know yet. We're not there yet. You're a little early. So I gotta change my banner, Ricky. You gotta look alive here, buddy.
What?
I don't have a Texas banner.
Yeah, what do you need to do?
All right,
the one you didn't make, right?
Look at these boys. They are hunting.
What'd they trade?
I think they just swapped their 11th pick, right? Can we confirm?
No, it'll be 11th, and probably a second is what I would guess. If they'll have the late second rounder, they'll trade their 11th and the late second to get the first, and maybe something else. That's what I would have to grade out to get that.
All right, so I'm seeing in the chats Texans select Will Anderson. I'm assuming that is the answer. That isn't a prediction. I think we all agree with that. We all had Will Anderson going third. We were right. We just had the wrong team.
I'm chalking that up as still a win. Okay, I didn't predict trades.
That is fair. You got the name right. I don't think.
I'm 3-0.
That's impressive. That's impressive. We got over 100 people in the chat, which is absolutely incredible. We did a live stream last year for the NFL draft. I think there was 3 people, and Ricky was one, my mom was the other, and my cell phone was the other. So we have made some strides, boys, in the last year.
Where are we at today?
101 right now. 14,000 subs.
I'm at location.
Oh, we are at Best Bet here in St. Augustine, located off I-95.
Oh, look how jacked they are in the war room there at Texans.
Oh, they're fired up there in the
Texans. They're fired up. They just got two. They got 2 franchise players back to back. I'm guessing they gave up the second and probably the
Cardinals got the Texans first round pick this year and next year.
Okay,
that's huge.
They're going all in to lose to the Jags.
Here we go. Will Anderson, it is, boys and girls. And Will Anderson, so let's go over Will Anderson here. Wow. Next, we got the Colts on the clock. Is that correct? Before I put this up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it's where we get exciting. This is where things start to heat up. Can we see our boy Anthony go? I know that's what Callie was calling in about. So, Callie, I'm going to go back to you, buddy. I appreciate you being patient, man.
Oh,
and
no, I'm good.
Glad that what time is it there in Cali? Is it like 4 o'clock right now? Like 12 in the afternoon?
It's 5:34. I'm watching the draft, talking to you, and trying to work.
Are you sober?
I am.
No, let's go. Will Anderson here with a grade of 7.02, which gives him that Peniel, or I believe what's the score for a 7? Pro Bowl talent. Second highest rated. Him and Jalen Carr are both Pro Bowl talents, which is the third kind of tier from that 1 to 8, and they're the highest two, the two highest rated guys there. Will Anderson. So let's go over his stuff really quick. 6'3", 253. Production score, first rank for edge at 99. Athleticism, he ranked 11th and 76. Total score, 90, making him first overall edge available in this draft. NFL comparison, DeMarcus Ware. I think we all know DeMarcus Ware, an absolute beast. So hell of a comparison. Congrats to them. Congrats. And now let's move on to the Colts. They've got 6 minutes left. Callie, how you feeling about AR going to the old Indianapolis?
I mean, I'm a little dicey on AR in the NFL to begin with. That was sort of where I was going. Like, I wish him the best. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
But I'm reminded. Do you guys remember that scene in Moneyball when they're all sitting around the table early on in the movie, and what's his face is like, if he's a good hitter, why doesn't he hit good? I kind of feel that way sometimes about Anthony Richardson. Like,
Callie's incredible.
If you can throw good, why aren't you a good thrower? Right? Like, you're inconsistent. This is my thing with Anthony Richardson. Does everyone agree? I don't think it's controversial to say that Tom Brady, probably the greatest of all time. Right?
It's not controversial, so it's fact.
Okay. So what did Tom Brady do at the combine? Like, he just sucked. Like, I still don't understand what NFL GMs are doing in terms of rating quarterbacks, because if Tom Brady is sort of the standard, Anthony Richardson is probably like the polar opposite, right? He probably has a better arm than Tom Brady. He's certainly faster, more athletic, but can he actually read a defense and get the ball from point A to point B in the time it's required? And the tape doesn't lie. So you're basically like, if the Colts do this, it's a wing and a prayer, and I wish him the best. My concern is he goes in, he doesn't do well, he's out of the league in 2 or 3 years, or what, I guess 5, and then like, whatever you get in this first contract, that better set you up for the rest of your life. And my point that I was going to earlier was, I felt like if he had stayed at Florida, he could have set up a legacy similar to what Tim Tebow did, right? Like, Tim Tebow did not do well in the NFL, but he's still doing really, really well. And it has nothing to do, frankly, with what he did in the NFL. It has more to do with, he's a 2-time national championship winner and a Heisman winner, right? Like, he did things in the NFL, don't get me wrong.
Hey, real quick, the pick is in, and I'm getting in the comments. It looks like our boy AR is headed to Indianapolis. Look, incredible points. Incredible points, Callie. I think you're spot on everything. I mentioned time and time again, I think he had to go to the NFL, but you make a great point. If he stays, has extreme success at Gainesville, I believe he had 2 years in Gainesville left, has 2 years in Gainesville, he creates a legacy that he'll basically be set up for life, right? Does he have that legacy now? It's going to be tough. Look, if he goes on and balls out, Florida will claim him.
That's my point, though. That's my point. Like, you just hit the nail on the head. Like, does he have the legacy now? What is this Florida legacy? What is it?
Sure. No, I hear you.
His legacy at Florida is, well, he's a top 5 draft pick, and we haven't had one, I think, since Steve Spurrier.
Sure.
I think he went number 3 overall. In terms of quarterback, I don't know if we had a top 5 pick before that, but it is what, like I said, I wish him the best. Hopefully he does well. God bless him. Go Gators.
Cody, what did you have for your 4th pick, big guy?
AR to the Colts, because they're I truthfully believe that Jim Irsay is a little crazy. Unfortunately, they got to have a mobile quarterback because their O-line is absolutely terrible. Every quarterback that they throw in there, they got to peel off the carpet over there at Lucas Oil. So I'm not happy about it, guys. I am truthfully, I am upset about it.
Really?
Where did you want him to go?
Seattle. He goes and sits for a year behind Geno or 2.
I agree. We talked about this.
And I think Seattle does. They had Russell Wilson all those years. They know how to treat a mobile quarterback. I think they school him up well. I think at Colts he's unfortunately he's going to be hurt, or he will be traded or out of the league in 4 years.
So let's talk about this. They've got Jonathan Taylor, phenomenal running back, right? Top tier in fantasy. Had a down year last year, but phenomenal running back. Ricky knows about him. That's his guy in fantasy football. We're just now seeing the pick here. I don't know how we're so far behind, but that's okay. We're having a good time. That's all that matters. I wonder what the Colts will do for placing. Let's go, baby! For placing talent around him for wide receiver. Are we going to see the Colts do what the Texans? There he is. Let's go, Mike. Get fired up, baby. Come on. Get over here. Come on. How about them Gators? Give it to me.
How about them Gators, baby?
Look at that. Look at that. Mike's fired up, boys. He's the man that hooked us up here. Big Gator. Look at him. Looking fresh as to be, baby. This little room that they got him in Kansas City.
He just did that. He just did the wink. He knows.
He's over there saying it's going to be Will Levis. It's going to be Will Levis. And he's smiling. He knows it's up. He was smiling.
Hey guys, we saw the private jet in Gainesville like every other day. We should have known this was coming. Now look, I thought I projected the Colts a long time ago taking Anthony Richardson. Hey Dad, if you're watching, golf's on you, big guy. I'll see you.
I remember that.
Yeah, let me go ahead and shoot him a text real quick. Actually, let me see if he'll answer. Let me call him real quick.
Let me say this. My dad just texted me. Bad fit for Richardson. He'll be out of the league in 4 years or hurt.
Let's call him.
The guy watches ball. I'm just saying. Jim Irsay can't help himself.
Cody takes him in fantasy anyway.
No. Do they still have? Let's see the Colts quarterback room right now.
He's sending me a voicemail. He's not happy about it. He's not happy about having to play. So him and I made a bet. I told him Anthony was going first round. He goes, no way. No way he goes first round. And then I sent him a text. Hey, Anthony's going to go first overall to the Colts. And I made this whole video about the Colts trading up. But maybe they knew something. Maybe they realized those other two weren't going to go after him. So they knew they could sit there and relax. Do we think we see the Colts making a trade to get some wide receiver talent?
I don't see it personally. Truthfully, I think they're happy tonight with what they got. They're gonna celebrate. Jim Irsay is gonna go buy $1 million guitar now, and boy, I tell you. Now we're gonna break this down real fast before the next pick is in, because they are coming in hot like hotcakes. Now they do still have in the quarterback room offensively. They have Nick Foles.
Hang on. Pops is calling. Hey, Dad.
What's that?
Hey, you're live, so don't say anything stupid. We are live right now. I just wanted to give you a call. We're live from Best Bet here doing the draft.
Now you see the difference?
I want you to make sure you remember our bet, and I just want everyone at home to know that you lost. And we got 100 people watching, so I just want them to know that I was right and that you were wrong. I just wanted to hear from you first, and 100 other people want to hear you say it too, Dad. So go ahead.
I was wrong.
All right. Well, what's that?
I believe it, but I was wrong.
Look, when I told you the Colts too. I had the team and the round. I think that's 2 rounds of golf. But we'll figure out the details later on.
I thought you said the Texans. Did you say the Colts?
I did say the Colts. There's I have a video. I have a receipt.
All right, man.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, we'll see you.
Love you. All right.
Boys, I'm gonna jump off here. I feel like I'm at this point I'm dead weight because you guys know more about this than I do.
Wait, Callie, I appreciate you though, man. You know I love you, man. Thank you for calling in, and thanks for not calling from a casino or across the country this time and just being in your home.
I got to do better. Well, you guys keep having I'm just always somewhere weird, but I'm glad to call in. Hope to catch you guys next week.
Yes, love you, buddy. Thank you, man. Good seeing you.
Now, the Colts do have Sam Ehlinger and they do have Nick Foles. Obviously, AR is the guy, but you don't have to obviously be the sacrificial lamb and send him out before he's ready. I hope they really do that. I don't see them really moving up to go get another guy. I think that, like I said, they're just going to be happy with where they're at. Now, we have Seattle, and Seattle's very interesting, right? Seattle likes Carter, but they don't like Carter. But they like Carter. if Seattle doesn't take Carter, I see him dropping and pretty far. So Seattle also needs a quarterback. They have Geno Smith. They know that he's older. He's not going to be the guy forever. So do they take Levis? If Levis doesn't get picked up here, I also see Levis dropping farther in the draft. So Seattle holds the cards for Mr. Will Levis, and they hold the cards for Mr. Carter.
The guy did his homework, boys and girls. I'm loving it. I love it. Look, I think Jalen Carter is a good selection. I think, but look, remind you, they have that pick later on that you keep referring to. Does Will Levis now fall to that pick, or could you scoop up someone like a Hendon Hooker later on and take that chance on a Jalen Carter right now? Again, Geno Smith, in my opinion, he looked good last year. I wasn't concerned with Geno Smith. I don't think you go and get Will Levis or a Hendon Hooker, and they're going to be, like you said, they're not going to be your guy anyways. So let's say this, you take Jalen Carter now, maybe you go get Hendon Hooker, maybe you go get another position player, right? Next year, the quarterback room, thick, right? You already know you got Geno Smith for a few years. So if we're playing big ball, thinking big picture, that quarterback room next year with Drake May, Caleb Williams, there's another one, I think Sam Hartman from Wake Forest. There's a few, that quarterback room is going to be incredible. I mean, we are in a treat for the next 2 years for the draft. And so, look, is that going to be a long play for Seattle? It's going to be interesting to see. And look, if Will Levis gets skipped by Seattle, very interesting story here. After having such a massive, surge to the top on being a possibility to going first, but also we heard he was kind of a dick, kind of an asshole. That was kind of the narrative coming out of certain camps. If the Seahawks skip out on him, how far does he go? How far does he drop?
I have Will Levis. Let me tell you. Because I am right now, I think I'm like, what pick are we on? I'm perfect right now. Not to toot my own horn here, but here we go.
I think. Oh, so I had a Titans switch, but I did have Anthony, so I'm 3 or 4. No, I'm not. I had Will Levis to Texans. I'm a disaster. Continue, Cody. Sorry.
Anyway, I saw somebody that said in the comments, call me the professor. Listen, this is the only attribute I have is I can get deep in the weeds in these things and research this stuff for hours. Okay, I was on forum pages. I was watching mock drafts. It's been a real bender ever since High Top Sports gave me the call and asked me to come on here. So, Will Levis,
yeah.
Let's see here. If he doesn't get picked up now, okay? If he doesn't get picked up
Cody,
now,
Cody, you're cutting in and out, Bubba. I may have to have you hop on in. Yeah, you're like super robotic-y.
Okay.
Hop out and come back in or do something.
The Seahawks.
Let me adjust some stuff.
The pick is in for the Seattle Seahawks, and it looks like from the chat they have went with quarterback.
If you keep running it for me,
you want me to wait?
Watch it.
They already talked.
Oh, they went with cornerback.
Cody ruins it.
Cody's gonna ruin it. Nobody had this.
Witherspoon would only be the guy that they would have to go for. Witherspoon is this year's Sauce Gardner, guys. He's the number 1 lockdown corner. He is the guy.
That's who they went with from
Seattle
the comments.
Does like Legion of the Boom coming back.
That I was just about to think. I go, look, maybe they're going back defense heavy, right? Now, with this pick, tells me they are not looking at a quarterback, and there's no way they go after a quarterback, meaning Pete Carroll is thinking this, what I was just thinking, we're going to look for next year for a quarterback. We got a quarterback right now, which is very interesting. Look, a cornerback going that high, not the best available player, but like you said, the Sauce Gardner, we saw what Sauce Gardner did in New York last year. Incredible cornerback, extreme value there, especially with the talented wide receivers. Now, I want to segue this really quick while we're in the middle of this because, right, the Jaguars are in need of a cornerback. If the number 1 cornerback is going this soon, what's that going to tell you for everybody else? Are they going to get a little panicky? There's not going to be enough value. And will the Jags make a jump? Are we going to see that happen now because of this?
Now, I will say this. I'm a little bit. Can you hear me better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so I will say this. I'm a little bit of a cornerback guru. I don't know if you know this or not, but I have a knack for picking them out. There is still a couple cornerbacks that I think are day 1 guys. Cam Smith out of South Carolina. Dog. Christian Gonzalez. dog. Let's see. There's one more. Banks from Maryland, dog. Now there's a guy.
Hey, Cody, it's dog. You gotta have some pump behind it.
All right, my bad.
Cody,
All right,
Cody, you got. Hey, Cody, your audio is shit. Either you got to turn on your mic, I think, or hop out and come back in because it keeps getting staticky. And you're saying some good stuff, so I don't want you to. I don't want to lose you. Super
I'm
chat.
gonna hop out.
Yeah, just
and come back in.
Yep, no worries. But we have a super chat from Gator versus anybody. He says at this point, turn off the TV and watch the chat. Look, I don't mind that. Like you guys are doing a phenomenal job updating us. I like seeing it, obviously. But look, see, Mr. CJ. Is that CJ Witherspoon? Is that who we're looking at? The cornerback here. I lost our guy here. Devin Witherspoon. There he is. Back. Cody. I mean, nervous there. Cody left. My sidekick left me. Devin Witherspoon with a 6.47 prospect grade. He was the 7th ranked quarterback in the score breakdown with an 85 production score and an athleticism score of 72. Okay. I want to give you guys kind of where he sits with that 6.4 score. That puts him will become a good starter within 2 years. Look, incredible pickup. Do the Lions go quarterback here, Cody?
Boy, I tell you, no. I think I think this is the last chance for Mr. Carter to get picked up, and then he's gonna drop.
You think he's gonna drop late first or all the way out of the first round?
I don't see anybody else taking him minus the Commanders or the Steelers, possibly. So that's
very interesting. It is interesting that Jalen Carter. I mean, look, there's a ton of talent left on the board.
That's the number one guy, right? We talked and talked and talked. He's the number one guy. Now, guys, Witherspoon, press man guy. He can do it all. He's an island. He's a ball hawk. He'll get in nasty with it with the running backs. He'll swing at them. He don't care. He's out of Illinois. He's head coach, defensive head coach. You know he was trained up well. He is this year's Sauce Gardner. He is the day one starter. They're showing run support right now. Look at this hit. Beautiful wrap-up tackle. Boy, I tell you, nothing gets me more fired up than a cornerback going and smacking a running back. Okay, boys?
Cody, you have locked yourself in as a full-time guest on this show. You are phenomenal. Like you and the nickname, the Professor, incredible. It's Cody the Professor from now on, here on out. Whether you like it or not, it's an incredible nickname. I'm loving it. And Muddy here, who has been spot on. What was his prediction early on that I said? Did he hit that prediction? He's saying the Lions love Jalen Carter. Look, Jalen Carter teaming up with who did they draft last year from Michigan?
Last year they drafted
homeboy from Michigan. What's his name? What is his name?
Who?
You're not going to know who it is.
Oh, I know. I just want to say it.
D-line. The defensive end, right?
Hutchinson. There we go. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah. So now, look, you combine Hutchinson with Jalen Carter. That D-line is disgusting. The Lions were starting to find their rhythm last year. I think they still believe in Jared Goff. I think he's phenomenal. Who do they get? Did they pick up Josh Jacobs as a running back? Is that correct, or did Josh stay in Las Vegas? The Cardinals are trading up?
No way. Lions don't like Carter that much.
The Cardinals trade up. They're taking the Lions spot. So are the Cardinals now going to go after Carter? Because Will Anderson's off the board, right?
Yeah, he's gone.
So what's going on here then?
It's got to be defensive line. There's another guy. I don't know if you get him that high. Tyree Wilson. I don't know if you pick him that guy, or they really like Smith out of Georgia. Kind of that blended linebacker. He plays the linebacker DN.
So we've got this right here. I got to change it back to the Cardinals. I got this pulled up. So this is showing you that the Cardinals are now on the clock. They have traded it. So the Lions went down. Now, look, the Lions went down to 18th. What does that tell you? Does that tell you, look, they're not, obviously Carter is not an interest to them, or they know that Carter's going to fall now because, right? Nolan Smith, is that who just got picked?
Nolan Smith, that's what I just said.
Nolan Smith from Georgia, right?
I just said it. They went up and got Nolan Smith. They were worried. I had him dropping a little bit more down, but apparently they wanted that edge rusher to replace Watt. It makes a lot of sense.
I'm trying to see Nolan Smith's score here.
I just don't understand if you had Will Anderson there. Maybe they think Nolan is just as good as Will.
Paris Johnson. Okay, so we've got predictions. So we don't have any. These aren't facts. These are just predictions, I'm assuming. John P. says Paris Johnson. Muddy's saying Nolan Smith. The chat's killing me because I don't know how far behind we are. It's still showing him on the clock. I've got this live trend here for the mock draft, for the draft. So we will see. But can you guys tell me in the chat what else the Lions got? Prediction. Okay. These are all predictions. Okay. Everybody relax.
They need a wide receiver also. Remember, their wide receiver gets banged on the gambling deal. He's suspended for unknown amount of time.
Who's this?
Cephas, their number 2 wide receiver. Cephas out of Wisconsin. They picked him up Arizona? 2 years ago.
In Arizona?
Oh, no. Oh, Arizona. Okay, so Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona's on the clock. They traded up.
Yeah. Okay, I'm back on. Yeah. So Arizona, they gotta get a guy for Watt.
And so you're thinking Nolan Smith's the guy.
Nolan Smith or the other edge rusher, Tyree Wilson out of, I think, Texas Tech.
They select Paris Johnson.
Offensive line, Paris Johnson.
That's what the comments are saying. Carson just says Paris Johnson from Penn State, I believe, right? This draft is all over the place. I think this is what we anticipated is absolute mayhem. I don't think anybody was going to get it right, and I think that we are spot on with that. Look, they've got a new head coach there in Arizona. The pick is in for the Arizona Cardinals. And new head coach, Kyler Murray, obviously he's probably playing Call of Duty. He's definitely not watching the draft, nor does he care. DeAndre Hopkins wants out. Isn't it Buka Bader or Buddha wants out? Here we go. We're now getting it now.
Yeah, I'm live too, it seems like. Yeah, Kyler Murray kind of ran all over the place last year. He's got to get some O-line help, so I don't.
Paris Johnson. He's fired up, as he should be.
Yeah.
First tackle off the board.
Okay, so they didn't like Will Anderson as much as what everybody else thought. They have the 3rd slot. They slide down, and they come back up, and they get the offensive tackle, which they needed O-line help. But
yeah, I want to say...
This may be the wildest draft we ever seen. We've never seen trades this early, have we?
Yeah, the Bears. So the Bears were favored to land Paris Johnson, so that's probably why they went back up. That was a lot of pre drafts was for them to go after it.
I have Chicago Bears taking Paris Johnson.
Paris Johnson on my sheet here is ranked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th for a great score for offensive tackle with a 6.3. Okay. 6.3 puts him at will eventually be a plus starter. You got guys compared to this: Darnell Wright, Matthew Bergeson, Broderick Jones, Peter Skorowski from Northwestern. Those guys are all rated higher than Paris Johnson currently. This isn't a knock to Paris, just giving you guys kind of the insight on that. Also, too, he ranked 5th overall in total score, which I think I just told you guys that as well. Production score, was 2nd with an 84. Athleticism, he ranked 14th with a 76 score, overall score of an 82, being compared to the likes of Brian O'Neill. So that is Mr. Paris Johnson for you. And now who do we have on the clock? The Raiders. The Raiders were big on quarterback. I know Anthony was some heat behind that. Do they get Will Levis? I mean, I don't know anymore what these teams are doing. I think we all think we're the experts. And obviously, these GMs, head coaches, and quarterbacks have a completely different game plan going into this.
I have the Raiders taking Gonzalez, cornerback, or JPJ.
Christian Gonzalez, cornerback from Oregon?
Yeah, or JPJ. Joey Porter Jr.
Joey Porter Jr. And that is a
the
big
most slept on quarterback in the entire draft. The guy is a thoroughbred. He's got the genetics, and the Steelers are just sitting there foaming at the mouth, praying that he just slides on down to 17.
So again, back to the Jaguars. Steve is heavy on Joey Portis Jr. and the Jaguars picking him up. That was his early on prediction. Talk with Peter today. John P. You guys see him in the chat. John, call in, Bubba. Again, cornerback is a big need. I have Osiris going. Obviously, a little more of a homer pick there. But if another cornerback goes here to the Raiders, do we see our man, the Jaguars, Sean Codd, make a move to go up to go get Joey Portis Jr.?
If you want him that bad, you have to. If you're one piece away. Now, you guys, obviously, you need a little bit. Cornerbacks are a premium, guys. You can draft a cornerback every year in the first round and be okay. Because they are, I mean, it's an offensive league, and they got to be on an island with guys like Justin Jefferson and Adams and all kinds of elite receivers, okay? And they got to be on the island, and you got to have young corners. Corners also don't last long in the league.
That's true. The lifeline is definitely shorter than most. And right now, Jags need tight end, O-line, or cornerback. Yeah, look, O-line, tight end, Kincaid is going to be a big option. I think, obviously, as a fan favorite, tight end would be the move, but I don't think it's a necessity in that first round early on. Let's take a look here. My board is still showing the Cardinals are still on the clock, which is not obviously correct. So let me refresh this and see. Raiders are still on the clock. Hey, real quick before we move on, let's go talk just about Las Vegas for a second. Ricky and I are talking about moving to Vegas. It's more of a me push. But Vegas is becoming the capital of freaking sports, man. And the Raiders select Jalen Carter. Is that fact?
No, I still have 3 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah,
here.
but we're behind. Is that a prediction? Can we make sure we say prediction if this is the case, boys? Because you guys are killing me here. Jalen Carter. I mean, it seems fitting, right? That Vegas
seems like he's going to be in a bunch of trouble.
Yeah, right. Goes and gets himself a dog like that. Like, I feel like that's the last place that Jalen Carter needs to be is in Vegas.
They did that same thing with a dog like that, Jamarcus Russell, and we saw how that turned out about 10 years ago.
Yeah, I don't see that being a good move, but Jalen Carter, obviously going, that would be insane. But again, Vegas being what did we say it was? The sports capital of the world right now.
The UFC,
they've got obviously they've got the Raiders now. They've got a hockey team. There's talks in them getting the Oakland A's. I think it is confirmed, bro. What a name, right? The Vegas Aces.
Basketball.
And then basketball. There's talks that Seattle will get a team, and then
Vegas.
The Vegas guys. So it's a prediction. Please start putting prediction before. Don't say select. I need Raiders predict Jalen Carter. Okay.
I'll say this: everybody living out in Las Vegas, you can thank my Teamsters, my union I work for funneling all the money over to Las Vegas in the 80s and 90s to build all those casinos.
Cody, just a fucking walking textbook. I love it. Look how many people are there, man. What an incredible venue there in Kansas City. It's absolutely beautiful. It's gorgeous. The weather's right now, it's got to be incredible in Kansas. So we're here in Best Bet, again, located off of exit 311 in St. Augustine. We're in this little like war room for horse races. I didn't realize how many horse races were going on. Like this is incredible.
You haven't been watching?
Dude,
I got the Lightning game on here. I got like 3 different horse races going on here. I don't know what that is.
I thought it was just they just race 3 times a year, the Peakmont, Kentucky Derby, and the other one. Like I didn't realize. Yeah, this is insane, dude. I can't believe it. Tyree Wilson for real. That is the pick. That is what has been in. He is an edge, if I'm not mistaken, right, Cody?
Edge is a premium here. He is the second best edge minus Will Anderson, obviously, out of Texas Tech, correct?
Go ahead. You're good. Go ahead.
He's out of Texas Tech, real stud. I don't blame him. Actually, I think that's the better pick than going for Carter. Now, we have said it. Carter's starting to slip.
You weren't wrong. Cody, you're dialed in tonight, man, and I can't tell you how much I'm loving it, and this has been an absolute blast so far. We're an hour in. We've had 100 people in here the entire time for the most part. Make sure you guys showing some love. Drop a like. I hope you guys are having a good time. I mean, I am having the time of my life right now. Ricky is literally like jumping down like a schoolgirl behind the camera right now. You guys wouldn't believe it. Mike, we're going to have Mike come on and talk about Best Bet for a little bit and talk about how great this place is. If you are located here in St. Augustine, Florida, this is incredible. And we're talking about doing some other events here because this is just too cool. I told him, I was like, I'm coming here every Sunday. We got to do more of this. But before he hops over here, Tyrese Wilson with a grade of 6.7. That puts him in as a year one starter. So incredible pickup. They got Jimmy G out there rocking and rolling. Can we confirm that Josh Jacobs still there?
I can look that up for you.
Thank you, Cody. The professor. Let him know, Hall of Fame media. Let him know. But look at the sweat on his forehead, buddy. Guys, he is in the war room putting in the work. I mean, the guy's dialed in.
Eagan, Minnesota, in the war room at TCO Performance Center here. Josh Jacobs still on the Las Vegas Raiders there, it looks like.
He's good to go. We already know. Tell him.
Now, I will say this. A guy that likes Kincaid a lot. We talk about tight ends. He is the best overall tight end pass catcher, does good blocking out of Utah. Green Bay likes him a lot, but here's the thing. Green Bay doesn't pick.
Oh, hell yeah.
Green Bay does not usually pick offensive players in the first round. They like to go heavy defense. They like Georgia. They like Alabama. They like LSU players. So it would be a shocker. They get rid of Rodgers, and then finally they get a pass catcher in the first round. It would be the ultimate slap in the face. I would kind of love it, but it is what it is.
I love it. Professor, thank you for the update on that. The Falcons are on the clock, but before we get into any Falcons talk, pass over to Mike here from Best Bet. Mike?
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
I'm glad to have you here.
You look fresh, man. Got the gator, you got the socks on, got the tie on, representing. He was fired up earlier when obviously AR got picked up. But let's go ahead and just give a shout out. I mean, you guys swagged out in Best Bet gear. We got a hoodie, we got hats, the visor boys, third and visor. We're gonna be looking fresh this football season. So talk to us, Mike. What's going on, man?
Absolutely. So this is our third location. We have two locations in Jacksonville, one in Orange Park, one in Jacksonville. This is our third location at Best Bet. We opened in late August, so we've been open for about 8 months now. We have 49 tables, 29 are poker tables, 20 table games. The casino-style table games you might see in some casinos, like one-card poker, three-card poker, Ultimate Texas Hold'em. You got DJ Wild, Face Up High Go, and I Love Suits. For sit-down poker games, if you like Texas Hold'em, we mostly spread no-limit Texas Hold'em. We will offer limit Texas Hold'em. We'll offer Omaha, 7-card stud, I mean, whatever game you want to play. But nowadays, everyone's wanting to play no limit Texas Hold'em. So we spread 2-2 no limit, 2-5 no limit, whatever you want to play. We have simulcast wagering back here where we're sitting right now. If you like to bet on horses or dogs, they took it away in Florida 4 or 5 years ago. Other states are still doing it, so you can come in and get a program, bet on dog races, horse races. And then we have for food, we have our sushi bar, real good sushi here. We got the sports bar with the
food looked incredible. We haven't had any yet. We got old fashions. Look, we're finicky about old fashions, phenomenal old fashions. And look, I'm not just saying this because we're here. This place is absolutely incredible. You see it behind us. The vibe's incredible. I can't wait to come here and watch games. It's just so cool.
Yeah.
Look, some of the games are not like your typical, like you said, like blackjack and stuff, but there's war over there that we're definitely gonna, hop on that a little bit later. Real quick though, Mike, before we go, the pick is in. Don't leave us. We're gonna have you here for the first pick. Cody, are you back on, buddy? What's our pick here? What's our production here for the pick?
So obviously Atlanta, they need a bunch, right? They could use Trey Flowers. They could use Smith, edge rusher. They could use Johnson, wide receiver. They just need everything. It's kind of a crapshoot. Arthur Blank is obviously he's like the twin brother of the Colts owner. He's just an odd one, right?
So Bijan Robinson, is that a fact? I need a prediction here. They're saying he takes him. Look, Falcons, that's kind of my other team. Obviously, being an Atlanta team, being a Braves fan, love the Falcons. I would be excited for Bijan Robinson to get there. I would have to scoop up a jersey. I don't know how I feel about Bijan going to Atlanta, though. I feel like it might just be a dying pit right now. I would prefer him go somewhere to be successful. I feel like they're going to rely on him too much. But look, you're building some pieces. You got Kyle Pitts there. You got Drake London, right? Then you add Bijan Robinson. You need that core, though. You need that quarterback. Could Will Levis be the guy? if that's a problem, if that's what happens. So fact. So it looks like Bijan Robinson has been scooped up by the Atlanta Falcons. Unbelievable.
Listen,
That's
doesn't surprise me too much. They miss Gurley bad, and they like that bell cow back, and bell cow backs do not come along all the time. It's every 3 or 4 years you get a bell cow back, and boy, I tell you, they get a good one out of Texas.
Look, Bijan Robinson, I said it last night, is we haven't had a running back like this since, in my opinion, Saquon Barkley. And Saquon Barkley came out and has been dominant ever since. Exciting to watch. A guy that you're going to go take, you're going to draft him first round in your fantasy. I'm excited to go and go after Bijan Robinson. Kudos to him. I'm loving it. But Mike, let's go back to you, man, before we hop into the next pick.
Yeah. Okay, so the other thing I was going to mention was we run tournaments every day. So if you don't like cash games, we do have players that like to just come play tournaments. Every day of the week, we have starting at $60 buy-in tournaments, $100 buy-in tournaments, all the way up to $160. We do have every 4 to 6 weeks, we run a big tournament. We have one this Saturday, actually, $300 buy-in with a $30,000 guaranteed prize pool. So if that prize pool were to not reach $30,000, the house would put in the money to make it $30,000 minimum. I can tell you the last time we ran this tournament, we pretty much tripled it. We got to $89,000 in the prize pool. I think first place like $15,000, $17,000. So if you guys are looking for tournaments, we got a big one this Saturday. Come on down and check it out. $300 buy-in. We are doing satellites tonight and tomorrow. You could try an $80 satellite if you can't really afford the $300. Try to get in for $80. So we run those, like I said, every 4 to 6 weeks. In June, we do have a thing where for the whole month of June, we're going to have a tournament series at our room, Orange Park, Jacksonville. We're going to cover the whole month. So tournament players coming up in June, look out for that in mid to late May when the calendar comes out online. Go to bestbetjacks.com. You can see the calendar. You can also see active tables. When you go onto the website, it'll show you how many cash games they're running, how many tournaments, give you an idea of if you want to head on up or not. We also have this Harley Davidson in the background. Shelton saw it. Beautiful bike.
He's going to pan over to it so you guys can see it back there in the corner. Go give him a zoom, Rick. There, look at that. Look at the camera work here, boys. Oh, man, this is too cool.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know if it's a street glide. Is it? I don't know much about bikes, but I know that we started a promotion today. So it's a 2-month promotion, but basically any hours played between today and July 7th. So a little more than 2 months. The more hours you play, the more entries you get into this drawing. We're giving away the bike on July 8th. So if you come in and you play, 40 hours a week for the next couple months, you might have 100, 200 entries.
It's a full-time job, Mike.
Yeah. We actually do have a lot of players that do come in every day. And I don't know, a lot of them are maybe retired, or I don't know, maybe a lot of them are doing it for a living. But so, yeah, we got some exciting stuff coming up between that promotion. And then we have high hand promotions every day.
The Kentucky Derby next Saturday as well. There's a big party.
Yep. The Kentucky Derby, Belmont Stakes, the Triple Crown races coming up. We usually get good crowds for those. So we usually have food and drink specials for that. So definitely come in and check that out. A lot of people like betting on those races. You can do that here. Unfortunately, we can't do sports betting yet. It's not legal. So you got to find some type of an app or something. I don't know, DraftKings or whatever apps are out there for sports betting now. But we, unfortunately, if it becomes legalized, we'll definitely do sports betting here. Same with slot machines. We get people coming all the time. Do you have blackjack? Do you have slot machines? Unfortunately, we're not a casino, just a poker room. I think there's around 30 poker rooms in the state. We can only offer poker style games. I can tell you this, though. I've been to most of the rooms in the state, and I'm not trying to brag, but this is probably the nicest poker room in the state for sure. Beautiful facility.
Right. It's one of the nicest casino I've been in. I mean, that's not a casino, but casinos are either it gives you a casino vibe. It has that vibe. It's a good time in here for sure.
Yeah. So if you haven't been by, guys, come on, check us out. We got a great staff here. We got if you come in and say hi to me, we got Mac and Devin and Shauna, Robbie and Johnny. All the dealers are top class. The bartender, obviously makes great drinks. We got a great waitress staff, chip runners, the whole staff here. Everybody's great. They're going to give you that first class service you're looking for, make you feel special. We get to know you on a name basis. You walk in, we're like, hey, Shelton, how's it going? You still want to play 2-2 today? And we got you. So, yeah, definitely come check us out. Exit 311, right off 95. You can see the cars going by. You still got the front door. You can see the traffic. It's right there. And when you're driving at night, the whole building's glows.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's very enticing to come in.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, if you haven't come in before, just come in and ask for Mike. Tell them High Top Sports brought you here, and then I'll figure out something. I'll get you something. I'll get you some swag or a drink or something.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, Mike.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man. Go Gators.
Go Gators.
You're looking fresh.
Yeah, thank you.
And it looks like the Bears, they were up, but by the comments, it looks like they have traded their pick Chicago trades 9th pick to the Eagles. I wonder if the offensive tackle from Ohio State had a little bit to do with that. What do you think, Coach?
Yeah, there's one more offensive tackle, and I thought the Chicago Bears would stay home and go get the Northwestern offensive tackle. They kind of need one too, Skorowski. And if you can get an offensive lineman with the last name with the ending of ski, he's going to be a good one. Northwestern, he's just going to be a mauler. It's kind of what they want to do. I'm really surprised on why Chicago traded this pick away. I don't really understand it. Philadelphia, they need a corner. Both my edges
Cody,
are off.
Cody, the pick is in, and Jalen Carter is off the board.
Okay, now it's funny. I'm going to show you right here. Best player available I have is Jalen Carter over here on my Philadelphia Eagle pick. I'm on it, boys.
Oh my God. The professor has clocked in, ladies and gentlemen. Jalen Carter off the board, the number 1 best overall player behind Will Anderson. It looks like his off the field antics didn't have that much negativity. And my goodness, boys, a huge pickup for the Eagles. Now, how far did they trade up for this 9th pick?
So the Eagles, they were at 10.
They just jumped up
one spot.
They really concerned that the Bears were going to take Jalen Carter? I don't understand that.
The Bears, I had Carter, best player available. They wanted an edge guy. They need D-line help. So yeah, but the only thing I'm thinking is Chicago wants that tackle, and he's sliding. The tackle out of Northwestern, and he's sliding, and they said
Peter Skronsky. Okay.
Yeah, they said the heck, we'll get an extra pick because we don't even want Carter. Now, guys, there's a lot of GMs out there that did not
Carter
like
has
Carter.
the highest grade. Jalen Carter has the highest grade at 7.05, meaning that he is a 7.05, putting him as a Pro Bowl talent. I mean, that's the 3rd highest tier that Jalen Carter is coming in at.
He should have been the number 1 pick, but the off the field antics, stunts, coming in overweight, not looking good during the pro day. You lost a couple $1 million, Mr. Carter. I hope you tighten it up, get locked in, get dialed in like I am, and you do great things over there.
I think you make a good point. I mean, he loses a couple milli, and the Eagles, back into an absolute treat of a player with getting Jalen Carter. So that's going to be huge. So now, did they trade? So Chicago is next. Yeah, I don't understand that trade up. And John P. says, Shelton told you this morning the Eagles would trade up for Jalen Carter, and you, my friend, were not wrong. John P., you need to call in. John P.'s a big Jaguars fan. He's a big NFL guy. We're working on getting him more involved with NFL talk. But looks like Cody might be taking the helm here, boys. The professor here.
Hey, I do what I can do here, guys. Why not get the extra pick if you know they're not going to take your tackle, right? So why not get they probably got an extra 2nd rounder out of it.
Yeah, I mean, but if you're the Eagles and you know who the Bears want, I just don't see the value in giving away, a 2nd round pick maybe this year, next year for, it doesn't make sense. Am I missing something?
Well, the problem is you don't know what front offices like Jalen Carter and didn't like Jalen Carter. And the Bears are a team that likes to get nasty with it in the defensive line. They want to bring back that great historic defense. So the Eagles, they get a little worried. And D-line is a premium in the NFL.
I mean, I love it. I hear you. I guess you don't want to take that risk, right? I mean, because if you take that risk, then what? So let's go ahead and give away a measly 2nd round pick to guarantee our Jalen Carter pick. Look, I think we knew that. Look, the whole thought of Jalen Carter falling out of the 1st round was a bit, over the top, but he did slide like he said he would. All right, so the Bears received the 10th overall pick in the 4th round for next year. They gave away a sandal and a corn dog. So no big deal on that.
No big deal. They didn't give away too much now. 4th round pick, you can get a decent linebacker, or a running back, which they like a running back trio over there in the Eagles next year. That's fine. Yeah, that's totally fine. Stocking draft picks for next year. They're all lottery cards, guys, and you never know which ones are going to hit. And the best chances to hitting a bunch of them is to have a bunch of picks.
So interesting names still on the board. I mean, this I got to tell you, it's been an exciting draft so far. Mike, how have you enjoyed watching it? I mean, I know you're working, but from your perspective, how has it been? Obviously, Anthony was a big one, but
It's been exciting. I was excited when Anthony got drafted 4th because I had a bet with one of the managers and I actually won $35. It was just a friendly bet, but he didn't think he was gonna go that high. So I was like, I'm pretty sure he's going top 10, top 15 for sure. So
my dad and I made a bet early, and I said he's gonna go first round. He goes, no way. I go, let's bet bet a round of golf on it. He goes, you're crazy. I called him and said, hey, he's gonna go first pick overall because I thought the Colts were gonna trade up for the first pick. I said he was gonna go to the Colts. I was right for that, but I called him during the show. I was like, hey, you owe me golf. Well, look, there's a ton of talent left on this football field, or in this room with cornerbacks, with tight ends. Will Levis, ladies and gentlemen, is still available. Osiris Torrance still on the board. So
I'll say this, Daniel, you make a darn good point here. Jalen Carter goes and meets up with his brother, Jordan Davis over there at the Eagles. They probably got the nastiest interior defensive line. Nobody's going to run on them. I see why they did that. Good point there, Daniel. I'll give it when it's due.
I love it. The Cardinals won this draft by a land mile. They get the Texans first round pick next year. Texans are going to suck, and the Cardinals won't be good. I don't. That's confusing there, buddy. The Bears select Darnell Wright. I hate how far behind we are. The pick's already in.
Where are they getting this from?
If I could refresh the channel, maybe get it a little closer to live.
Okay. Darnell Wright is a tackle. So it wasn't the tackle that you had in mind, Cody, but
they didn't stay home. I don't understand that. Obviously somebody's watching a little more offensive line tackle than I am. I gotta improve in that. I'm sorry, guys. I don't understand. It's not the pick I would have got out of Tennessee. They play that Mickey Mouse offense. He's not a road grader. I would have went with Soroski or Jones out of Georgia. Just me, though. But what am I? Just a professor.
So Darnell Wright's a senior coming out of Tennessee, the third-rated offensive tackle behind Broderick Jones and Peter Soroski from Northwestern. Peter is a junior coming out of college. Broderick is a redshirt sophomore, so basically a junior. Look, third-rate. 6.4, which puts him in that category of will become a good starter within 2 years. Look, the Bears need a lot of help. So how much of this pick is going to really, ruffle the feathers and get the ball rolling? Who knows?
It's right? Offensive line, guys. Yeah, they obviously saw something they liked or an interview, but I don't understand why they don't just stay home, get the 313-pounder out of Northwestern. So Darnell Wright's 333. Maybe they're trying to get a little bit heavier guy, but not my pick.
Look, I think it's good though. Jalen, obviously Justin Fields. It seems that he's going to be the guy. There's a lot of talk early on and him possibly trading the Bears, trading Justin Fields and doing a whole bunch of nonsense. None of that happened. They're bought into him, obviously. So we'll see what's up.
We are talking about the same franchise that traded the farm away for Mitch Trubisky. Okay, so when they don't do what they're supposed to do, that's there.
So is there people trying to call in? Because I don't see anybody holding. He texted you? All righty, boys. Well, Kincaid is better than Washington. So who we got next after the Chicago Bears here?
Should be Philly.
Philly again? No, Tennessee's up. Tennessee's up.
Tennessee, yeah, the trade. Yeah.
So does Tennessee now move forward with Will Levis?
I don't think so. I think they go get their offensive tackle out of Northwestern.
You think that now Peter's going to go now?
Or they go get the Ohio State wide receiver, Jigbee. You got to go. I have Levis. I have Levis on there as a third possible because they had the 11th pick when I wrote this down. But I think they go get offensive. I think they go get offensive line help.
So Hillbilly Bryn says they have a damn quarterback. We talk about the Titans. You talk about Ryan Tannehill. That's your guy. I agree. You have a quarterback, but I think Ryan
They paid him a
Tannehill is
lot of money. Okay.
on his last legs, and I think it's a good fit for Will because he won't have to start right away. But look, man, this is a very interesting play for Will Levis. I know a lot of hype was coming out of him. Obviously, that Reddit link was incorrect, unfortunately.
Well, I'll tell you this about Levis. He is his who represents him is one of the biggest sports agencies out there. So, they know what to do. They know to put a Reddit post out. They know for him to take a picture all swolled up on D-ball, melting the cup on Instagram. They know what they're doing. They were trying to pump his stock, and everybody is doing what I'm saying, and they're kind of letting him fall. I don't know if he gets to day 2, but it's one of those things. Apparently, the stock is dropping kind of like Miami's Booster Ruiz's stock is dropping over there at Life Wallet. Okay, guys?
I love it. Hillbilly Bryn says, go look at his winning percentage up there with Rodgers and Brady until he took every wide receiver known to man. Look, I like Tannehill. I'm not hating on Tannehill. I think Tannehill's a great quarterback. I agree with what you're saying. But look, I think he is a little bit older. So that was kind of my thought process. I'm not trying to say, hey, they need to replace Tannehill. I love Tannehill. Big fan of Tannehill. But it just seems to he's declining over the last few years. So,
yeah, they need offensive line help too to protect a aging quarterback. So, if they go offensive tackle, maybe the guy from Northwestern, it would not.
And they
shock
have Malik
me.
as their backup. I forgot. The
Yeah,
pick is in Bears. Why are we so behind? This is crazy to me.
It's with the DirecTV satellite. Sometimes the feeds. I can
Oh,
refresh
okay.
it by changing the channel and go back, and it should catch up.
Suck it in. Okay.
Yeah, I'm on the same thing. I'm on YouTube, and it's the same.
Yeah, YouTube TV is always delayed. That's the one downfall with doing. Like when I stream the Gator games, I'm always behind too.
Looks like they got Darnell Wright.
Yep, Darnell Wright, offensive tackle from Tennessee. It's going interesting right now, boys. I'm loving how we're flowing so far. Again, make sure you guys like, subscribe if you guys are new here. Love having you here. Again, call in. Links in the description. Let me know if it's working or not.
Shameless plug to my channel. F is for Fanatics. If you're liking the content that you're getting here, I also do all kinds of content. If you want to check me out, like, subscribe, that would be awesome.
The Titans have selected your boy Peter Skronsky, the offensive tackle. So it looks like they're building around Tannehill. They're not selling.
Absolutely. Yep. Right again. I'm on fire right now. Go ahead and just place your roulette bet on my magic number.
Wait. You picked Peter to go that early?
Yeah, I had him. I had him either going to the Titans or going to Chicago. Staying home.
Okay. So you had a little bit of a wishy-washy pick there. Okay, that's fine.
I wouldn't call it wishy-washy. I'd call it, the Chicago Bears just doing what Chicago Bears do and jacking up their draft like always.
Clint says you have a podcast. Yes, he
Absolutely, I do.
F is Fanatics. Go show him some love. After tonight, though, I think we're gonna gobble him up.
It's a possibility.
We're gonna take him. Real quick for the hockey lovers out there, the Bolts are up 3-1. Mike was at the game Monday where they blew a 3-game lead or a three-score lead in the fourth quarter. Is that right?
It was a quarter. What are you talking about?
Or period. Sorry, period. I do that every time.
Yeah, I was at the game. It was 4-1 going to the third period, and even with 10 minutes left in the game, it's still 4-1. We somehow managed to lose 5-4. It was pretty depressing. There's Leafs fans everywhere. We had to hear their boisterous chants through the hallways on the way out of the game. It's pretty rough, and I was pretty depressed. But now 3-1. I mean, there's only 5 minutes left. So
my uncle calls. He's a big Bolts guy.
Yeah,
he's probably a little boozed up right now watching. He should be watching this.
I mean, if we hang on, I might have to figure out a way to get out there Saturday. Even though I said I wouldn't on that drive home, I'm like, I'm not going to game 6, but I think I'm gonna have to.
He sucked.
Still my team.
He suckered in now. My uncle said, he goes, if they win this game, he's like, they're going to go. It's going to go to game 7. They're going to win game 7, and the Bolts are going to win the whole thing.
I hope so. I mean, a couple years back, they had played the. It looks like we just got to. Okay, I'm gonna tag out, and I'm gonna get that.
Mike's got to clock in. Rick, you're back in, but Mike's got to go fix the internet. Seattle's or satellite's down. It's storming here in St. Augustine, Florida. But look, the chat's letting us know what's going on, anyways. So Titans select Soroski, which puts who on the clock now? Who do we have up next?
Should be Houston.
No, the Lions.
Oh,
Detroit.
the trade.
Great. So the Lions are back on the clock.
Okay,
This
so
draft
let's
has been
see.
incredible. Go ahead, Cody.
Yeah, it's sorry guys, it's hard for me to keep up with all these trades. Now they need wide receiver. Boy, this just got spicy. All right, let me tell you, they need a tight end. They traded their tight end away to the Minnesota Vikings, right? And boy, guess who's sitting there? Kincaid. I think the Motor City Madman over there in Detroit, he takes Kincaid right in front of Green Bay that wants him and clamoring so bad.
So you got Kincaid going to Detroit. That's your pick?
Right now, they need one bad, yeah. Or he
You got
goes
protection
defense.
of cornerback. I saw a lot about cornerbacks in there as well.
Yeah, or they go defense. Which defensive cornerbacks? What we got? Let me pull it up here.
We can't see the TV right now, so if you guys want to let us know in the chat, that would
So
be fantastic.
You got Gonzalez out of Oregon. You got Forbes. Here's the thing about Forbes, guys. I like him. He does all the right things, but here's the problem. We tried this experiment here at Minnesota with Cam Tiny Dantzler, the needle. That was 170 pounds coming out of the draft, and Forbes is also 166 pounds. So he's real lean, real slender, and I Dantzler could not stay healthy. I think you need a little bit of meat on the bones to play in the NFC North, and I don't see them taking Forbes, but you know they may like the Oregon cornerback or JPJ, one of the best cornerbacks out there right now.
A lot of picks for Gonzalez as the cornerback going to and from the chat right now. So we will see. Look, it's going to be interesting. I think this is where I'm starting to get excited. I want to see if the Jags are going to make any moves to trade up. Then we got the Packers next. They're an interesting bunch coming after that, obviously, with the trade with the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. Do they go play a little troll and go draft a wide receiver? That would be hilarious to watch. The Patriots, probably the least exciting team that I'm looking forward to in this draft. It's very vanilla out there, not too much going on. The Jets, another exciting one. They're coming up. And then the Commanders, again, very vanilla, not exciting. Pittsburgh, the same thing. The Lions are up again at 18. So they have an opportunity here to really put together, like I said earlier, they were really starting to find their stride at the end of the year last year. I think they believe in Jared Goff. I think they're excited about that. Obviously, Amon St. Brown, incredible wide receiver. I don't dislike the idea of them picking up a solid tight end to give Jared Goff a nice little pacifier, right? But obviously, help at cornerback would be big too. But look, with back-to-back picks like that, you probably can get both options. It just depends on how it plays out.
Yeah, absolutely. Little thing on Green Bay here. Now, notably, they usually take defense, and they usually go to get their defensive players from the big bad SEC. They like Georgia players. They have that linebacker. I can't remember his name. It's slipping from me, but he's the most penalized linebacker in the NFL right now. He got kicked out of a couple games. He's a nutcase. They love guys like that. So if there's a nutcase out there on defense, Packers will pick him up from the SEC. If not, they're probably going to go Kincaid, or they will go with the Ohio State running wide receiver, Jigby.
I'm looking at the future here. You know what? Could the Seahawks pick Will Levis at the 20th pick?
Like I said.
Is that what you're thinking? Is that what you said earlier?
That's what I said earlier.
What's crazy too is I thought Jackson Smith, I thought a wide receiver would go by now. Let's look real quick. Let's kind of get ahead of ourselves. Running back Jamar Gibbs for the Detroit Lions. The pick is in.
I don't understand that. They have running backs up there.
Wow. Chat has got to be losing it. I had Jamar Gibbs going later on in this first round.
Yeah, I mean, he's
really Jamar Gibbs running back. He is the second-rated running back right now, though. I will say that.
He's the same thing they already have in DeAndre Swift.
And they have Jamal Williams there as well, too.
And David Montgomery.
6.3, a massive drop-off from Bijan Robinson. Now, again, the running back room is fairly thin. but with a 6.3 score, that puts him at will eventually be a plus starter. Look, DeAndre Swift, maybe Jamal Williams don't have much more time left. But we were wrong. And this just goes to show you that these mock drafts are just impossible to pick. I don't think anybody had Jamar Gibbs going to.
I didn't. And I tell you what, though, congratulations,
Jamal
Lions.
Williams signed with the Saints. So, okay, that makes more sense now. I didn't realize that.
But they got Swift and Montgomery.
Oh, from Montgomery from Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so congratulations. Clap it up, Detroit. Thank you. You whiffed on another one. That's why you're the cellar dwellers of the NFC North, guys. That's why you freaking suck. That's why you can't beat the big bad purple, okay? I love it. Now we got the greasy, grimy Green Bay Packers.
This is your right now. We're right in your wheelhouse right here, big dog. This is your
right here in the NFC North. The Vikings, Carson
suck. Said the Vikings suck.
Yeah, okay, whatever. 10-2 last year. Try again. So
they were in the playoffs, right?
The Packers?
Absolutely, they're in the playoffs.
Lost first round, I think.
That's what I figured.
Oh no, the Vikings. Yeah, the Vikings lost first round. No, the second round, first round.
What's that?
Were the Vikings first round losers?
I believe so, yes.
Chris Williams says
Kirk Cousin effect.
True.
Lost to Daniel Jones. That's right.
Listen, now here's the thing. Minnesota needs a quarterback. Could it be Levis?
Is it going to be Will?
It could be. They may have slid in. Now I know they like Hooker a little bit. He's coming off the ACL tear. Kirk Cousins, obviously getting older. You're not going to keep him around forever. I will say this. Maybe the Instagram post of the melting cup with him jacked on D-ball, that could be enough to get him to Minnesota. They like the bigger quarterbacks. They're trying to get Josh Allen so bad up there, they don't even know what to do with it.
Jamar Gibbs from Alabama doesn't look that excited to be to Detroit. I want to see the Detroit fans. I want to see their reaction to this.
It just makes no sense.
Looks like he stayed home. He looks like he's from Georgia. He doesn't look too excited either. That's got to be his agent, right? To the right of him. It's got to be his agent. She looked like looks like she just signed a big fat business deal. 5'9.5", 199 pounds. Could I have been a running back and not know this?
I mean, Are you
5'9"?
You got 4.4 speed?
I could work on it.
I don't know about that.
5'9".
Correct, Carson. The Saints did take the Super Bowl away from my magic carpet ride.
Case Keenum.
And Brett Favre.
That's
three
Bama players in the first round, right? That's 3 Bama players, 1 Georgia player, right? And Jalen Carter, right? 1 Gator.
Yeah.
So we got Will Anderson, Bryce Young, now Gibbs.
Yeah, that's 3 Bama, 1 Gator, 1 Georgia. No, 2 Georgia. Smith is gone. Right?
I don't think so. I think they were predicting him to be gone. I don't think Nolan Smith got picked up yet.
The end.
Jalen Carter was the first Georgia to go.
Oh, no. Nolan Smith he's still here.
Look at the Lions draft for him. They're fired up for that running back.
Why?
You
have running backs.
They look like they just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, they'll never win the Super Bowl. That's the thing with the Lions.
I'm excited to see what the Packers do, especially after the big trade.
They got to go Kincaid. They got to go Kincaid.
You think
out
so?
Of Utah. Absolutely. They got to break up. They got to break up the enamor of going first-round draft picks on defensive players. They have a defense. They need a guy to catch passes from Jordan Love. That's not great. And listen, you got to get as many weapons around Jordan Love as you can because you are the GM and head coach that traded up to go get Jordan Love. So your whole career is riding on Jordan Love. So if you don't get him weapons and he looks bad, you no longer have a job.
Let me see. Refresh my page. You put Cade in there. It doesn't say. Grab my
It's
coffee
either
real quick.
Cade or the
Hey, I'll
wide
be right back.
receiver
I
from
gotta
Ohio
pee.
State.
I gotta pee, and then I'll be right back. So show's on you, Codes.
I'll take it over, no problem. Yeah, so the Packers, they need wide receiver help. They need tight end, a pass catcher. They haven't had a good pass catching tight end since I don't know when. It seems like the narrative seems to be they're going to take their first round pick since I think like 2006.
I mean, they got to make Rodgers jealous anyway with a nice wide receiver, you know.
Absolutely.
So they gotta stick it to him. Dalvin Cook come to Miami yet or no?
Not yet. I think it might be a thing though.
I need it to be a thing.
You like him?
Dalvin Cook?
Yeah, I think he's cooked.
I think he got another year in him, and that's what we need is just that one. You know, I think we went pretty heavy in just like a 1 to 2 year span, and I'm here for it. I've been a Miami fan, and we've never had like winning seasons. You know, so give me one. I'm here for it. The Jets traded.
Pick is in. Everybody's saying the kid from Iowa. Boy, my dad's going to be fired up about that. The tackle from Iowa? No, the edge player from Iowa? Van Ness? No, they didn't.
That's the name I see.
They took Van Ness out of Iowa? They didn't get Jordan Love a weapon. It's DN? They didn't take Nolan Smith? Boy, what I tell you guys, the Packers go defense again. They don't break the narrative. The Packers continue to go defense. And they don't even get the best guy.
What? My ass? No, it's Cody cracking me up.
You humming, bro?
Packers win defense. And Cody said they didn't even pick the best guy.
Oh, they went defense, huh?
Yeah, they got the kid out of Iowa.
Lucas Van Ness, yeah.
You don't go get Nolan Smith right there?
Everybody
He's right
had
there.
So I've got PFF on. Everyone had them picking Jackson Smith, the wide receiver. So really
Not
interesting.
a pass catcher yet has been picked up.
Defensive end there, Stevie. Big dog gotta eat, baby.
What's up, my man? How are you tonight?
Oh,
What's up,
we're
baby?
Fired up.
I know. I've been watching you, Professor. I've been watching you. Don't think I'm
Bro.
not keeping an eye on you, Codes. What's up, my man? You've been a ringer tonight.
Buddy clocked in, okay? Buddy, I gave him a little homework assignment, gave him his first test, and Buddy went all the way out to Minnesota to the war room, okay? He wasn't playing games this evening, boys and girls.
Oh,
So they took
I love
who
it.
did they
I
take?
love
They
it.
took the
Van Ness. They took the DN out of Iowa.
The defensive end.
They got one of the not top tier pass rushers in the draft. I don't understand it. Yeah, he's good in setting the edge and run block.
I don't even see him. Is he under a DT or?
No, he's D-end.
I know, but he's not popping up under D in here.
That's because he sucks.
Yeah, he's a defensive end.
He's not great.
Oh, they got him under edge. 6.4 grade. 6.4 grade. Putting him will become a good starter within 2 years. Look, maybe this is why Rodgers wanted out. They're confirming Rodgers wanting out once again.
Okay, listen here, guys. The Packers do this all the time. I don't understand this. Okay, they have Slayton out of Florida. They got all kinds of D linemen. Now they did lose Zadarius Smith.
Peters just said he never started a game at Iowa. Man, big boy though, big boy, Lucas fan. I saw some mock drafts where he was going first round, 6'5", 272, ranked 7th under the edges. He had a 4.5 40-yard dash. So bench press 17 reps. He doesn't have any comparisons. So there, in the analysis, there's no
Because
comparison.
he sucks.
This is incredible.
Yeah, good job, Packers. Just laying the pipeline for us to win the NFC North for the next 15 years.
Jeez, okay.
Steve, how do you like to set up, big guy? How look at us, Steve. Who would have thought? Look at this. Steve didn't pay his internet bill.
Golly, Steve.
Yeah. I'm on a loaner computer. My my other one's being re-imaged.
A loaner for your computer. Did you not hear what I said?
Too many bots.
Patriots
huh?
trading to the Steelers. Patriots trade their pick to the Steelers. I got to change. They got me working tonight, boys. I mean,
JPJ?
Can somebody do a fact check on the most trades in a first round of NFL draft? I feel like we got to be inching close to it, right?
It's got to be for JPJ, guys. It's got to be. They got to love him so much. They trade up to go get him.
Yeah.
What's the prediction in the comments section? We got 63. How many likes we got on the video, boys? Can we see? Steelers on the clock. Let's hit the music. Steelers are on the clock, boys and girls.
They're going JPJ. They have to.
That's your pick? That's your prediction,
JPJ.
Steve? Steve, you're almost up to bat here. You should have your homework ready for the next few picks here. So right now, Cody's got you beating homework assignment, Steve. I haven't seen you do your homework yet, but for the fact that your internet's lagging out, it's not looking good. Is Steve even here? I don't understand what's going on here. What?
He's just frozen with the fan spinning in the background.
Yeah. Call on your phone, if anything, Steve. It's bad, Bubba.
I'm here.
You're not.
Call on your phone. You're super delayed, big guy. Call us on your phone.
I'll do that.
All right, love you.
Steelers got to love JPJ so much they go up and get him.
JPJ. So, again,
Legacy.
they're trading. Oh, so they traded in front of the Jets. Okay. Who else they trade in front of? Let's see. They trade in front of and the Commanders. But were the Commanders and Jets really going to go after a cornerback? That's the thing that I don't understand.
Okay, so listen, I have
showing Broderick Jones, offensive tackle. The pick is in. Cornerback, linebacker. I mean, look, I think you're right. Their cornerback is definitely in need. Tackle is the other one. So could they go after Broderick Jones here? That seems to be their number one pick here. Their number one option.
Commanders and Jets both need.
My prediction is Broderick Jones. That's my pick.
So the Commanders need a cornerback. I have JPJ and Forbes listed down there for them.
So your pick is JBJ for the Steelers. I'm going to go with offensive tackle.
Yeah,
Broderick
I think
Jones.
they go legacy.
I think and John P is agreeing with me. Steelers take Jones. It's honestly, you're starting to lose your professor title. I feel like the student has become the master.
No, absolutely not.
Broderick Jones, that's the second Georgia player off the list. Huge pickup for them. Obviously, look, I think the Steelers are so they traded line. Go ahead.
Guys, every team seems this year to need an offensive tackle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10. 10 guys need offensive tackle. So maybe so the Commanders, under needs, I have, and the Jets, I have offensive tackle. So it does make sense. I have Jones for the Jets at 15. That's this pick.
So they jumped him.
Yeah, they jumped him to get Jones.
Andrew says, great show. Andrew, I appreciate that, man. I got to be honest with you. Rick, are you having a good time, dude?
Bro, I'm chilling.
Look, I know Ricky looks like it's miserable, but that's just Ricky like all the time. That's when Ricky's having a good time. So for the fact that he hasn't whined the entire time and he hasn't got up to vape, tells me he's having a good time. So just so for those of you guys wondering if he's having fun, he is. And I know Cody by the sweat on his brow that he is just having the time of his life, boys.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, guys, listen. Offensive tackle, obviously they needed one, and they jumped two teams that I had jotted down for him to go to. Jones, the Commanders and the Jets are both jotted down for me, so they knew that they had to make the play. New England, I have wide receiver and edge for them. Listen, they're fine. they're fine with getting the extra picks. They'll probably get obviously like a 4th rounder or something, but we'll see what the trade is here in a little bit. But Belichick is going to Belichick.
Look, I think Broderick Jones is an absolute stud. I mean, obviously blocking for Stetson Bennett made Stetson Bennett look like an absolute rock star, handing him 2 rings. So you've got that working for him. Look, they produce absolute studs there in Georgia. I think the Steelers got to steal here with Broderick Jones. I really do. Obviously, SEC quality of players, always a higher end style of players. And unfortunately, how much of an impact is he going to make? I think the Steelers got a long way to go. Look, Najee Harris probably fired up for it. So keep that in mind for your fantasy draft next year. But who they got right? It's Kenny Pickett. But who took Kenny Pickett's job last year? No, Kenny Pickett did take the job, the hometown kid. I'm not sold on Kenny Pickett. So that's my concern is that, look, they're putting the pieces together. Look, Najee Harris, they've got some wide receivers, but Steelers got a lot of work, and the Bengals obviously are the team to beat. The Ravens making some moves, man. Signing Lamar Jackson for 5 years, the highest paid player now over Jalen Hurts. Obviously, they've got OBJ, and I think there's noise about getting DeAndre Hopkins as well. So that division is tough. It is really, really tough. But look, getting a good offensive tackle, if you can go get yourself a good quarterback, it could help. O'Cyrus Torrance going to Jacksonville. That is my pick. It's been my pick this entire time with all these tackles flying off the board. However,
guard in the end.
The Guru, a lot of cornerbacks left on the board, and that is the number one uno priority. If somehow, some way, Joey P falls way down there, it's a lock that Joey P is going to Jacksonville, and I think the Jacksonville Jaguars would go absolutely berserk if that were to happen.
Guys, let's not forget. So we have we got. Let me update this so I don't say something dumb. So Gonzo is still there, Forbes is still there, and JPJ is still there, and then Banks out of Maryland is still there for cornerbacks. And truthfully, they're a premium. Guys, let's not forget Will Levis falling and falling and falling.
I love Cody's dominant, dudes. I can't get enough of it, man. He is falling. And look, you talked about the Vikings possibly being slotted for a quarterback.
Absolutely. We can't keep paying Kirk Cousins. These guys back here, you know what they're doing? They're looking at the bank account and saying, we need a rookie quarterback so we can, they just signed Justin Jefferson's 5th-year option. They're trying to move some players around. Cook is on the trade. Cook is on the trade deadline right now. The phone is ringing for Cook. Possible trade happening tonight. We'll see if it happens.
Can you hear the phone ringing? Can you look behind you to see?
We got 7 calls for Cook. 6 of the lines are from Miami, okay?
Oh, Lord. Loss of Juwan Taylor, now Cam Robinson suspension. O-line must be a priority. Yeah, I agree, Muddy. Ohio State wide receiver goes to the Jets. Jackson Smith to the Jets. Sign! Aaron Rodgers gets himself a dog. The Jets might be that team next year. So I know Ricky doesn't want to hear that, but if that is fact, that is going to be teamed up with Sauce Gardner on the cornerback side, on top of who was rookie of the year last year for wide receiver in the Jets. I'm slipping his name right now, but you are just giving this man, Aaron Rodgers, weapons, something the Packers were yet to do, and it looks like this is what you're predicting. I'm assuming so. He has to be predicting that. There's no way that's true. Nobody else has said it. I'm refreshing this here. No, pick's not in yet. Okay, that hasn't happened yet, but if that happens...
Oh, it was Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson, thank you. Look at that. Look, Ricky's finding his rhythm. Look at
starting to get fired up in here, okay?
Yeah. He's starting to get humming there a little bit. I'm loving it.
I got about 25 tabs open, okay?
Carson Toomery, hey, welcome to the stream, man. You've been on point this evening. I haven't seen you before, but happy to have you here. You've been dialed in. I'm loving it. William Fisher's Jags going cornerback. Go ahead.
The only thing I wonder about the Jets is, what do you do with Wilson?
What do you mean, what do you do with him? You got both of them now.
Well, my thing is you sign Aaron Rodgers. What do you do with the BYU quarterback? Why have you not done anything with him?
Zach Wilson, you see that man play?
Yeah, under a bad team
Zach Wilson couldn't get it done. That Jets team was bound
for
for
1
greatness
year.
last year.
It's 1 year, guy. Come on, you can't tell me.
2 years. 2 years.
Wasn't he last year? He got picked up.
He was pretty sure he was in the Trevor Lawrence draft. He's not it, bro. He's not it. Clearly.
You don't think you could pawn him off?
I don't think anybody wants that. I think best case, honestly, this is what it should happen to the first place. He got drafted by a team with a veteran quarterback for him to develop. I think it's best case scenario for his career. He'll get to sit behind Rodgers, not have to really worry about
salty about that too.
Good. He's being a little bitch about it, to be honest with you.
He is kind of a bitch.
Yeah.
The MILF Slayer is what
Muddy says. I love Zach Wilson.
Who doesn't? You know who else does? MILFs.
MILFs.
Yeah, I mean,
the
look,
MILF
for those reasons alone, it looks like
Zach
Nolan
Wilson.
Smith is getting a call for linebacker to the Jets, not Jackson Smith. And the linebacker is in need. Was that your pick there, Coach? What did you have in your mock draft, Steve? We haven't seen you all night.
I know. I've been doing the real responsible people thing. I had to do, like grown up stuff. I actually thought that the Jets were going to look to try to go offensive tackle. I know that they signed 2 or 3 of their offensive linemen before they picked up Aaron Rodgers. You got to keep the man upright. He's 30, 20. How old is this? How old is Aaron Rodgers?
Doesn't matter.
He's like 45 and he's got bird
Who do you have for the Jets pick?
I'm going to go with an offensive tackle for these guys. I mean, they got to continue to put the right people around there.
I got offensive tackle too.
I'm thinking Nolan Smith, linebacker. That's my pick.
I like this kid out of Syracuse. He's got some size on him. I think he's probably the best available right now at the position. Matthew Berger, if I'm saying his name right, out of Syracuse.
Will
Big
McDonald.
boy, 6'5", 318.
Will McDonald is who they picked.
Did he have a farm?
That was nice.
Thank you. You're all that.
Will McDonald. Edge.
I had him somewhere. Edge. Yeah, I had him going late.
He is the 5th ranked edge, 6.41 grade. Putting him at will become a good starter within 2 years. Look,
yeah,
I think Jackson Smith would have been the move for Aaron Rodgers, but yeah, go ahead.
I don't get that. Like what are you doing?
That doesn't feel right. I mean, you got a quarterback that is already in his twilight. You don't know how many years you're going to get out of him. I mean, at this point, I would have gone offensive line to keep him upright, or give the man
wide receiver.
Give the man some weapons. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I mean, I thought that the Jets defense last year was pretty damn good. That's the only thing that held that team together.
Just about to say that. I said the defense was not the lack of.
And they didn't go out and try to fix the defense in
free agency.
They went out to go try to fix the damn offense. Like, this is your opportunity, sitting at the 15th pick, to bolster that offense even more. I don't know. I don't love the pick, but look, I'm just a jackass sitting in his house talking about it. Not the other way around.
Facts.
I don't understand it either. I think you go get the kid out of Ohio State, or not Ohio State. You go get the offensive tackle or a guard. They have Avila, TCU 332 pounder. They got Osiris Torrance there too. I don't understand that. But that's probably why they're.
John Peace, a sleeper prospect, played out of position, was a 5 tech that should be an outside edge, high upside, but he is 24 years old.
Look, I don't know if I want a high upside, underrated kid at the 15th pick, though. I think that's a great second round pick, but at 15,
yeah.
Look, upside's great until you can't get it out of them, and then you just got a dead 15th pick.
I feel like where the Jets were with the trade for Aaron Rodgers, with all the hype behind them,
you had to go get a pass catcher.
You needed to go make a splash, and this pick doesn't feel like a splash pick. And I think that's kind of what you're preferencing. Look, yes, maybe it was a great pickup, But look, a splash pick is necessarily always the ideal. It just feels like it would have been right. I think a Jackson Smith would have really have just fired things up and really got the ball rolling for them. And look, I mean, obviously they got some great talent with Garrett Wilson, but boy, oh boy, could you imagine?
For the commies, since they're on the clock, I have offensive tackle, cornerbacks, and tight ends. Obviously, most of the first round offensive tackles are gone. They went first. Cornerbacks, JPJ is still there, Forbes is still there, and they need a tight end. And Kincaid is still sitting there waiting. The best pass catching tight end right now in the draft.
Yeah, I could definitely see the Commandos going with the cornerback position. If I'm not mistaken, is this kid from Oregon still sitting out there, Christian Gonzalez?
Yeah, the cornerback from Gonzalez is still out there. I don't understand. This is a good cornerback class. The only cornerback that has been taken is our guy Witherspoon out of Illinois, Sauce Gardner 2.0. Like I predicted he would go early, but there are a lot of good cornerbacks out there. The only two cornerbacks I have question marks on is Forbes because of his size and Ringo, the dingo out of Georgia. You know, missing
the Ringo
assignment.
ain't your baby.
Yeah, he's
Take that, Ringo.
He's kind of a nut. He was pumped up to be a day one pick. I think he'll be a day two guy for sure, especially with all this cornerback firepower still on the board. Guys, JPJ is a dog, okay? That's a guy that's going to lock down Island. He'll get nasty with it with a running back. I don't understand why guys are sleeping on him.
Look, we did a mock draft, or at least what we thought the Jags would go for in the first round. Shelton, you correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say we did this back in February, maybe early March. We talked about what we thought was going to be the primary target position for the Jaguars, and I think I was the first one to throw out Joey Porter Jr., the corner from Penn State.
Yeah, I was giving you the nod earlier on, but look. So Peter said in the chat, and I prefaced it as well too. When we did the mock draft, we took O'Sirens first, and then we took a cornerback later on. It is a strong cornerback class. So if you get the third, or if you take for that first pick at 24, you can get maybe the third or fourth best cornerback. But if you wait, you're getting the seventh best quarterback. The difference between that seventh cornerback and the third quarterback isn't much. But O'Sirens Torrance being the best guard available, comparably to maybe like the sixth or seventh cornerback or guard, if you were to get in the second round, much bigger gap. So I think we may see these cornerbacks fall later than we realize because of how much talent there is, and they're trying to scoop up the weaker areas. Also, probably why we saw two running backs go already.
And all the offensive tackles go because there was only a couple elite guys, right?
So the Washington pick is in, and it looks like they took Forbes.
Bad pick. 166
Emmanuel
pounds soaking
Forbes,
wet.
Cornerback.
Bad pick.
Out of Mississippi State.
Levis.
Again, that means that Christian Gonzalez, the overall number one corner, rated at least by. I mean, he's still. It just blows my mind.
Witherspoon is the number one corner, Holly. Let's get it.
I mean, best available, the best available.
There's Witherspoon and Sauce Gardner that walk on water, and the rest are mere mortals. Let's get that straight.
The Mortal Kombat move right there. Finish him. Yeah, Emmanuel Forbes, man, that feels like a little bit of a reach. I mean, that's a small kid to be playing.
166 pounds, Holly. I'm more than that.
Could you imagine? What's the kid out of Ole Miss that played at Seattle? J.K. Dobbins. Is that? Am I saying it? Is that the right name? Just the dude who's like 6'5". He's just a beast. He was in Seattle for a while.
Where was he from?
Ole Miss, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, just look, the wide receiver position is not.
You're talking Metcalf.
DK. Yeah, you're right. Could you imagine Emmanuel Forbes? Yeah, I know. Well, there were some initials involved. But could you imagine Emmanuel Forbes trying to guard DK Metcalf?
Don't worry. The professor's here. I'm locked in. I'm going to set you straight. Holly, listen. The Minnesota Vikings tried this a couple years ago with a guy named Cam the Tiny Dantzler, okay? The Needle out of Mississippi State. It did not work, okay? He was too small. The cornerbacks man, they got to be bigger than 166 pounds. I get he's a ball
this
hawk.
kid trying to come up and make it. I mean, let's just say hypothetically, he's able to break it.
Right?
He's able to break a block, and he's got to come down and he's got to try to put a hit on a sweeping guard on a pull play. This kid's just going to get destroyed. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, my thing is too at cornerback, it's like I just don't understand why you got all that talent there and you go get a fringe kid. I know why guys like him, because he's got like 6 or 7 pick sixes in his you know, he's a ball hawk. I get that. But that you're not going to have that in the NFL, okay?
There's no quarterback talent in the SEC. They were just throwing ducks up there.
Yeah. Sorry, High Top. We have jacked the show.
Y'all show. I'm just living it. Look, you're the guys who got a quarterback guru. So I didn't mind it at all, to be honest with you. Emmanuel Forbes, quarterback out of Mississippi State. I feel like we've got this thing has just been all over the place, to be honest with you. I feel like we're not even close with this mock draft. There's no way we've got this even close to being dialed in.
No.
But it is very interesting how it's fallen down to the Jaguars. The Dolphins forfeited their 21st pick. I'm looking at them here. And so the Chargers have the 21st pick, and then the Ravens, which is going to be very interesting. I mean, with the wide receiver talent still left on the board, the Ravens could be finding themselves in a nice, healthy position. Could the Bucs take Will Levis and have 3 quarterbacks? Is Will Levis going to fall out of the first effing round, boys?
What's the temperature of the chat, and what's the temperature of everybody on the show right now? If Will Levis falls out of the first round, are we happy? Nope. Or do we bask in his failure? What are we feeling here?
Will Levis doesn't get past Minnesota.
He is in the room. He is in the war room. What I am interested about is where this noise from Vegas came in, and obviously, you know, him being put to the top. And I know it's just a bunch of noise, but man, like Vegas doesn't really miss like that.
No, it feels like they took the bait on that Reddit post, hook, line, sinker.
There's no way, bro. There's no way.
I know. I mean, look, when the line changes like that, Vegas stands to lose some money there too. I mean, I don't know. We've talked about what Vegas knows and what they get right. So I don't know what the logic
reminds me of.
Aaron Rodgers?
Josh Rosen.
There you go.
Josh Rosen fell to like 11th with the Cardinals, but he gets picked, says he's going to win like 19 Super Bowls. Obviously never heard from the guy. I feel like kind of, again, Josh Rosen fell. I think he had a little bit of an ego, had a little bit of a, kind of a dickhead. And it looks like the Patriots just took Christian Gonzalez, ladies and gentlemen. So there's your other cornerback.
The Patriots just feel like they just always are in the right place at the right time. Like
back right into it.
The freaking NFL just gifts them these guys. Like it's amazing.
Can we get the golf clap going?
I got you, big guy. Oh, I'm useless everywhere else. It feels like.
Just par for the course, Sheldon.
Cody's over here directing me how to use my damn soundboard. This is unbelievable. Should I go? Do you guys need me?
I mean, you want to gamble?
You said do homework. We did homework, and now you're like,
there's too much homework. Look, you guys have literally made my day, because what I bring to the table is this. I bring the lights and shininess. That's my job here, okay? I'm not the brains. I'm the brains of like the big operation, but everything else, I just look good. You know what I mean? And I feel like I've done my part here. So,
well, look, I mean, you got your mustache back to a normal color. I think that was a big step in the right direction for the facade and what you're doing for the channel. I think that's really.
It's really jealous about my looks.
Oh boy.
Who do we have on the board now? The Lions, which they screwed the pooch on their first pick, like usual,
with a running back. And so I don't even know where to go anymore. They're looking for a wide receiver. Look, could Jackson Smith not go off the board? They got wide receivers, tight end. You got to go Kincaid here, right?
Flowers or Kincaid. Kincaid is who I have.
I would love Kincaid here because with the Amon St. Brown, I think Marvin Jones signed back with the Lions, if I'm not mistaken. Can we get a confirmation on that, Steve? He
did. He went back. He went back to Detroit.
Which isn't like a massive upgrade, but you get that veteran presence in the room alongside with Amon St. Brown. I want to say there's another talent, a weapon out there for wide receiver that I can't think of. You got, obviously, the running back room is now looking extra thick. You throw in there and Kincaid. The defense was very healthy last year. Detroit is going to be a threat if they can do this right. But is Jared Goff the guy is the big question. I'm a believer in Goff. I think he's had some time in the NFL now. He's his 5th or 6th year, I believe. And I think he's starting to find his stride.
Juju Smith. They got Juju.
Juju Smith-Schuster?
Yeah. He's in New England.
I'm talking about the Lions.
Lions.
Sorry.
Juju left Kansas City?
Yeah.
That was quick.
Yeah, he's with the Patriots now. I'm okay.
So the Lions trade away their big tight end threat last year, right? To the Vikings midseason. And I think you have to replenish that, and you go out and get Kincaid. And I think that's what the thought was.
From Gators 15 says, how many FSU and Miami players have been selected? Do we know? Do we have a quick stat fact? Hey,
now guys,
you can help.
How many? I'm pretty sure Florida has one more than those two teams.
What did you say, Steve? How many more?
One. You have one more player drafted than those other two teams. Just one.
Pull your mic up a little bit.
There is a Miami player that is, I think he's an edge. Let me see.
Look at Ricky, guys. You can't tell me this. Look at this guy.
Was he hungry?
Look at him. Is he hungry?
Is he hungry?
What are you snacking on?
Get him a sandwich. What the hell?
I'm hungry. I told him to go get us a snack. He's failing us
he
right now.
He won't do it because I already said something. Now he's
Did you get in his head code?
Yeah, I got in his head. About the snacks.
When I pass out, just remember, Cody. That's
It was Cody that starved.
You can go. Hey, it's the rules of threes. Okay. 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food, bud, and I'd say you're okay.
3 months, and you've made that comment. What do you think the last time I ate was?
The rules of threes.
You got some snacks in that beer, though, right? You got to have like a Twinkie or something hidden in there.
If it gets too bad,
you got a Twinkie or something in there?
What's funny is Ricky never eats, guys. Like never.
I don't know why.
Fun facts.
It's not good. I don't understand how he does it, but he doesn't eat.
Oh, my dad. He's so pumped up about their day 3 pick for the Packers. We got the best defense in the North. Yeah, okay. That's great. You got to score points, bud.
Your dad.
And you got love.
Well, on the clock, we still got the Lions. So what's our final prediction here for the Lions? We got 4 minutes left as they are on the clock.
I got to go Kincaid.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Kincaid, the tight end. They'll do something stupid like draft Will Levis, but I'll go with Kincaid out of Utah.
God, could you imagine they take Will Levis? I was thinking the same thing. I'm thinking Kincaid's got to be the pick here. Or what's the wide receiver from Georgia?
Wide receiver from Georgia.
Excuse me, the tight end from Georgia.
The dude, the 6'7" monster.
I love that guy.
Darnell Washington.
Darnell Washington, yeah.
Darnell 6'7", 264.
Day 2 guy.
On that now. Chat, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think is going to happen here. Our TV is frozen up here again, but I've got a live tracker here because I realized how far behind we were. I still enjoy watching it.
Okay, so we talked about the Packers pick here, right? I had him going to Kansas City.
Your mic's messing up, Coates. Your mic's messing up.
You there?
Yeah, you're cutting in and out. Sound like a robot again. Turn your mic down and up real quick. I could kill for a old fashioned, right?
That's not food.
I mean, it's got a cherry in it. It's got a cherry on it. No, sir, it's not better. Just hop back in, Coates.
Yeah, hop back in too.
I mean, best bet. The place looks like a nice venue. I mean, I gotta imagine that they've got a nice nacho stack or.
Dude, the menu here is incredible. They have a sushi bar right here. It just closed down. They have a sushi bar and then an incredible menu, bro. It's insane. I'm
concerned for Ricky's health. Like now the whole dynamic of the evening has shifted.
Where'd it go?
to you eating?
What about me eating?
That's exactly the question. When is that?
Mike's got a little drinky in there.
That's called cola.
What's that? Okay. Is a cafeteria still open?
Why don't you bring your snack bucket next time?
2 old fashions too. Thank you. Mike's the man, baby. Jack Campbell, linebacker out of Iowa for the Detroit Lions.
Oh my gosh, Cody's gonna lose his flipping mind.
Oh, there he is. He's back in here. Cody, Jack Campbell, linebacker from Iowa. Big reach.
Who?
Big.
Campbell, linebacker from Iowa, your favorite team.
He goes, who?
Boy.
Now he thinks his headset's messing up.
Boy, oh boy. I tell you, when the Lions, they chalk it up for 2 losses in the draft. How dumb do you have to be?
Unbelievable. Jack Campbell. Everybody had Jackson Smith. Like, how do you not give your quarterback weapons? That Dan Campbell likes him some Jack Campbell. I like it, John P. I like it a lot. John P., you need to quit being a bitch and call in. Best available, Will Levis, Nolan Smith, Zay Flowers, Jackson Smith, Dalton Kincaid. I got to be honest, as a Jaguar, I'm getting
this is amazing.
I'm foaming at the mouth right now. What's available? Right? You got to be freaking out of like what's happening in front of you. What disastrous. You know, we talk about it, and I told my dad.
Pressure's on us.
I told my dad this when Anthony was going to go number 1, right?
Phone line.
Taylor, he's being a baby. The phone line's not busy. Cody just called right in.
Is he freaking out?
What I was telling my dad was these, and I made a video about it. These GMs get an ego, right? And I feel like that's what's happening here. Look at Mike. Look at Mike.
Golly,
Mike. Yes, sir.
Thank you,
Mike. Appreciate you, Bubba.
You know what this reminds me of when they show Will Levis? It reminds me of when Big Ben got drafted, sitting there pouting until he got picked up.
Big Ben. That's a throwback there, Rick.
Oh yeah.
It was Aaron Rodgers was the one that really slid. He sat in the room forever and went he slid all the way down into the 20s.
Like yeah, kind of like Will.
But I mean, they had Aaron Rodgers picked to be in the top 10. He sat there for a minute, dude.
I had Will going to the top 10 too, big fella.
All right. So who do we have on the clock now?
Look at this menu. Look at this thing. It looks.
You
know what this looks like? This looks like Andy Reid's call sheet.
It does.
But you got to put it over your mouth.
I see that cheeseburger Andy Reid likes too.
That's a picture.
Hey, so we're gonna go ahead and call double wide 365 Omaha 667 split. Oh man, what do you think? What'd you like?
Holly, who we got next
something?
on
You want to share a hot
We
dog?
got Tampa Bay coming up.
Okay, so
the Bucks are on
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Tampa's. I mean, look, they could be in the market for a quarterback. I don't know if they feel confident with the Trask Baker Mayfield shit show that they've got down there in the Bay.
I can't say that they take a quarterback here. They need other help. They need Trey Flowers or Addison, or they need offensive line help. Torrance looks good there. I tell you. To have five,
they got to rebuild the trenches for sure.
Yeah, to have 5 quarterbacks on staff would be dumb. You don't waste your pick there.
Hey guys, we haven't got it right all night. These last few picks, I don't think they go quarterback here. I got to be honest with you.
They have Baker Mayfield as your quarterback right now. Why wouldn't they?
They have Kyle Trask too.
Oh, I forgot about Trask.
Also, why wouldn't they?
Yeah, I mean, but I just feel like there's a lot of. Look, I think they go Kincaid.
What's their wide receiver room look like?
Mike Evans, Chris Godwin's still there.
Yeah, they still got some. They still got some folks there.
Super chat from Dom says, Osiris needs to go to the Jags. I would love it, man. I hate that Anthony went to Indianapolis. That sucks. But what's cool?
Yeah, I was visibly upset.
He'll be here. He'll be here in Jacksonville 2 times a year, right?
Yeah, I'll get to go see him.
Once
we have to go to Indianapolis to play. They come here to play.
Okay. Well, you know what we'll play him twice though, so that's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, you get to see his pretty face.
Jags can be able to get whatever they want. I'm telling you, bro. The Jags are back in. We're like the new Patriots. We're backing into a damn sweet spot here. We talked about possibly trading up, but the way this thing has just fallen, it's like the teams in front of them, like, hey, Jags, what do you guys need? We'll blow it up.
Where do they pick?
24th.
Hey guys, don't forget Seattle. Pick 20.
They're next. What are you thinking? Will Levis? You thinking
Will
Willie?
Levis?
That's
Will
Will's
Levis?
last opportunity to go round one, unless you're thinking the
That is
Vikings going
correct.
to pull.
No, he thinks the Vikings will get him at 24, which is fine. Again, that's just another player the Jags don't need that just takes a spot ahead of us. This is looking better and better if you're the Jags. Now look, at some point as we start to get closer and closer to that 24th overall pick, technically the 25th pick, because thank you, Miami. But look, the pressure is going to start building. Now we've got all these opportunities. We've got talent that maybe made a move that we weren't expecting to be there. Pressure is going to be on us to make the right pick here in just a little bit. We're going to need to see what's available. This whole thing has been upside down, topsy turvy, left is right, green is yellow. I don't even know anymore.
The Bucks take Pittsburgh defensive tackle
Cansey, yeah,
Cansey.
Kalijah Cansey, the defensive
That's
tackle. Look, we
interesting.
said they got to rebuild the trenches. We called that. We called that early.
Everyone predicted Will Levis for this pick as well, by the way, but I'm looking at PFF users. So Kalijah
Nice.
Cansey, defensive tackle. Wow.
Yeah,
I can't right now. Overall grade 91.
You know,
And
I
so look,
kind of
let's do this. Let's do it for the Jags real quick. So with what's needed in front, obviously we need a guard. I'm thinking now Osiris is going to fall to the second round, which you predicted earlier today, Cody, that
Yeah.
he would. Seattle needs a guard, right? But you're thinking Will Levis. After that, you got the Chargers, who I'm thinking they're going to go Jackson Smith or Flowers, right? Then you got the Ravens. I think they take the latter, either Flowers or Jackson, whoever's available. Because how do you not, after just signing Lamar Jackson, I think that was a big insight to what they're going to do. They could go guard though, right? They could beef up that line a little bit. Cornerback and edge is what their other needs are. The Vikings, they don't need anything outside of a cornerback than what the Jags need. The Jags are really in a nice sweet spot right now. I'm going to have to Peters needs to call in for that.
The line's busy, man. He's been very clear about that.
For like 30 minutes.
He's screwing around.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, he's joking. There's no hole. I can see
There's
it.
no.
Holly's texting me. Liz is like, JP's trying to call in. I go, guys, he would see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
guys,
Mid-show, I'm like, hey.
don't forget Smith is still available out of Georgia.
Yeah.
Nolan Smith. You're right.
Nolan Smith.
I have it
So
written
much-
down in my notes right here. Hard facts, bud. Right on the sheet of
Nobody can
paper.
read that, Cody. Okay.
listen. Smith, edge, pick 20.
It's on the cheat sheet here. This is your pick. So your pick for the Seattle Seahawks is Smith.
If they don't go quarterback, I think they go edge with Smith.
I could see that.
They're
I like
rebuilding that defense now that I saw the first pick. You know,
Yeah,
Guys,
you're right.
you know,
Quarterback in the first pick. And we got Cansey in the fastest 40 for a defensive tackle ever. JP, how great would that be if you could be live on the show dropping that knowledge?
Amazing. Think
Yeah,
about
it.
look, he could have a permanent seat here.
I have offered JP a 6-figure contract to become part of High Top Sports, and he has denied every single one of them.
Well, the line was busy. He couldn't get through to accept the offer.
6-figure. Holly's like, what?
I have to pay to be on this show. What are you talking about?
By the way, your monthly subscription, Holly, is due.
Yeah.
Can you change
me also.
the Bucks?
Yeah,
Seattle?
we take Square and Apple Pay.
Now,
I'll send
Christ.
over
now
a
I did have Kinsey going 14 to the Patriots, but obviously they traded out of that pick, which made him drop.
These guys have to look really excited to be picked. Have anyone noticed the pick, the
Everybody
reaction?
kind of seems miserable there.
Yeah, everyone's like,
Who was it? AR cried, and there was another boy. That
well,
just
AR's
booed.
pumped. AR, I mean, that's
Stroud cried.
Right.
What I mean is, there wasn't many that showed emotion except for just a few.
But John Robinson was pretty fired up, I think, to go to the Falcons. I love that. I love that for the Falcons. I mean, look, they're putting the pieces there. They just need a quarterback. Who's their quarterback?
Well, guys,
Marcus
let's.
Mariota? No, they got rid of him. Who do they got? They ain't got something like nobody, right?
You say that there's not a lot of emotion, but let's not forget that a couple of these guys didn't even know they were going to be picked, aka both the Lions picked, the Packers pick. I mean, they were
They didn't even know they were draft eligible.
Okay,
They didn't even get dressed.
no, they were getting blitzed. They're like, we're day 2 guys. We're not worried about today. We're getting.
They're watching our live stream.
They're there for the dream.
Yeah.
Hey, Mom, holy shit, I got picked.
Yeah.
They're calling in like, yeah, this is crazy. Oh, I gotta go. I got Dan Campbell calling me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dan Campbell.
He wanted to get on the show, but the damn line was busy.
William Fisher, per best case scenario, Jags get Porter and then get Osiris in the second round. Oh my goodness!
I mean, tell me I didn't call that. If that's what happens,
Steve, look, we'll pull the clip up. I'll have to give him credit. Look, I did give you credit, but when we first thought about it too, we thought quarterbacks were going to go fly off the board a lot faster. Remember, we talked about that.
Yeah. So, yeah, for sure.
And they haven't. And so,
but guys, I don't know if Osiris. Let's look at some other picks past the Jags. Right, the Jags are at 24. Okay. New York, Cowboys, Buffalo, Bengals. Bengals need offensive line help. New Orleans, Philly, and Kansas City.
Bengals are going to be buying in on whatever Joey B says.
Yeah, he's clearly the GM at this point.
Maybe he likes cyborg.
Maybe he likes offensive guards. You don't know.
Hey, so now Jalen Hyatt is the highest available wide receiver.
Over the kid out of Ohio State, Jackson Smith.
His grade score, it goes Jalen Hyatt, then Zay Flowers, then Josh Downs from North Carolina, then Jackson Smith, then Quentin Johnson. And Jordan Addison's pretty
PFF?
low on the list. Yeah, it's PFF. Their grade 6.5, which puts them at boomer bust potential. All these guys are like boomer bust potentials. Jalen Hyatt from Tennessee. And so there's a lot of talent in wide receivers too. I think that's probably why they're waiting because you think about it, right? Like going all the way down to Tank Deli. I mean, there's 6 or 7, there's 8 wide receivers that probably are going to be pretty good. Justin Shorter's in that list as well. Kayshawn Boutte, don't forget about him.
Great name.
Oh yeah,
phenomenal name. Phenomenal name.
Him and
boys
Destiny Wilson are going to have a beautiful marriage.
I don't think. I mean, I can't wait to see the grades on these guys. Are we able to pull up a live grade score? Can somebody look into that? I know that was.
Do they have live grades? I mean, look, if I can judge it by the crowd reaction, I'm going to go on a limb and say nobody was very excited about that.
Well, the Packers and the Lions, they get an F.
Seattle Seahawks are on the clock, boys.
What do you think? Everybody gives their last pick for Seattle.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Nolan Smith is a little under. He's an outside linebacker. I'm going to say that they're going to go after this kid from Clemson. I'll just throw it out there. Miles Murphy. I think they're going to.
Okay. You're on Miles Murphy. Okay.
Traditional defensive end, not more of a tweener.
Shelly, what you got?
Thinking Nolan Smith, boys.
Nolan Smith. Okay.
Bobby Boucher.
It's good water.
I mean, I don't think anybody has a pulse. Look at Will.
I need you to pull up the clip from the Big Ben. I can guarantee it looks just like that.
And Aaron Rodgers too. I don't. Steve was right on that. Eagles getting an A+. Eagles are balling out. Eagles are doing a phenomenal job. Will Levis.
Texans, I think, are excited.
The noise coming out.
Good job too.
Yeah, they did. The noise coming out from Will Levis. Go ahead. the no. I can't wait to see what happens with Will Levis.
Ricky, one of everything. Can I get the appetizer platter? Extra marinara, extra ranch. The wings look good. Are the wings good?
Cream is.
Yeah, I'll have the buffalo and the garlic parm.
I think he's getting chicken tenders
or barbecue.
Of course he is. He's a 10-year-old. Why wouldn't he?
Oh, I know you're not roasting me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna point this out. We're 2.5 hours in here, and we are still locked in.
We're dialed in. Nobody else has called in, which I thought more people would call in, but we still got 60+ in the chat, which is awesome. The fact that look, the energy in the draft usually kind of loses its juice towards the end here. So
I'm not losing my juice, boys. I'm still jacked up, fired up.
Yeah, on a Thursday.
His Mountain Dew kicked in. Let him finish.
Yeah, it did. Logan Walker, what's up, little bro? Hey, go give Dad some shit. Tell him we took the L on that one.
I got the notepad fired up here. I'm scratching off players as they go.
Cody sent me a photo like 2 days ago of his chicken scratch of his fucking playbook for tonight. Unbelievable. College roll. College roll from top to bottom. Ready to rock.
You said that.
Absolutely.
Like
Listen,
boy. Ohio State. I called it. Look, there it is. I said that was the number one Raider wide receiver still out there. Jackson Smith, Najiba. Am I saying that right? Probably no.
Wow.
Seattle is just coming out from left and right in center field for tonight. We're getting a call from the war room. Oh, shaking. Oh, on the side? Wow. Disappointing. An opportunity. He had an opportunity to have his wings shaken up. Wide receiver. This is one that I thought was going to go for a while. Look, DK Metcalf, Jackson Smith now, giving your love to Geno Smith. What does that tell us? They're bought in on the guy. They gave him a 3-year contract. Should have seen that coming, I guess.
Yeah, they still got Lockett.
And Metcalf. Are they going to trade?
Kincaid dropping is really just wild to me.
Wild. Look, the Jags are going to be in a weird situation. I mean, what do they do here? Like, if you were given the gift of Dalton Kincaid, look, Evan Ingram, do you want to stack that, right? Is it a necessity to add another tight end? No, probably not. But how do you pass up on somebody like that? I mean, my goodness, you got Zay Jones, you got Calvin Ridley, you got Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram, and Dalton Kincaid.
I don't even. You can't. That's not even an offensive formation. You know what I mean? Like,
you just throw the football. You just
can't forget.
And not to mention, you can hand it off to ETN if you need to.
You guys can't forget that, you think that you're safe with Kincaid, but the Saints are looming there at the very end of the draft. And they like a weapon. And Kansas City also.
Now the Chargers are up. I predicted that Jackson would go. You know what's crazy is he wasn't the highest rated wide receiver, remind you. Jalen Hyatt was, and then it was Flowers, and then it was Jackson Smith. And I was high on Jackson Smith. I think his reason for being low is he did sit out those last few games. But
I wonder here if we see a run on wide receivers. Obviously,
I felt like the Chargers were definitely going to go wide receiver here. I mean, look, they've got
Keenan Allen is old.
Yeah, so they can't keep their two wide receivers on the field. And they've got a Justin Herbert, a young Justin Herbert. They've got a good running back. Yep. So I think that they're going to need to build that wide receiver talent to keep them on the damn field. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. I don't think either one of those wide receivers has played more than 3/4 of a season with. I mean, they seems like every year one of those two guys is down.
Yeah, but so who do you take if you're the Chargers wide receiver wise?
Very vanilla.
Well, look, that's what's one of the reasons why I think that Seattle jumped in at wide receiver there. I mean, there's going to be a run here because you can see kind of where things are shaping up. I mean, I know Shelton has a little bit of a different best available list at the wide receiver position. I thought Jackson was the clear number one guy. I mean,
I agree.
I think Zay Flowers. I think Zay Flowers here makes a ton of sense for them.
Look, I think Jackson's number one. I'm just going off of this is their grade, their evaluation of where they feel like they're going to be best projected. So that's what I'm going best available. Is based on their score and how NFL ready they are. And so based on that, that's where he fell down to the 5th or 4th best wide receiver, according to that list.
That makes sense. Yep.
And look, Jalen Hyatt is number 1 on this list, but I haven't heard much about Jalen Hyatt. I've heard more about Zay Flowers, Jackson Smith, Quentin Johnson from TCU, Jordan Addison. I feel like Jordan Addison is pretty low for old Jordan Addison. Yep. I mean, being he was the number 1, recruit. I feel like he probably didn't do as much as they expected, especially having Caleb Williams as his quarterback. But,
JP goes JPJ.
Chargers got Asante Samuel Jr. They need to pair him with Joey Porter Jr. LOL.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense.
Whew. You don't want Joey P for the Jags, John?
Johnny, don't do that to us, baby. Don't jinx us.
I think John P's just a realist.
Taylor, since John will call in, Taylor, you call in on your phone and then just give it to John.
And then just hand it to him. Yeah, just throw it in his lap.
Yeah, Chargers are kind of. What they got at tight end?
It is on the
Holly.
It's
$5.
That's a good question.
And I'll see you guys.
Peace. I'll see you. What is it?
See you on the other side.
See you on the other side. Peace.
Truthfully, guys, I'm really surprised he's meant this long. 2 hours and 35 minutes. Found out that there's an all-you-can-eat sushi buffet. I'm surprised that he hasn't skipped out of town yet.
Bro, is he talking about me?
Yeah, he's talking about you.
Bro, I don't even eat sushi.
You do. We went on the cruise. You ate sushi.
Because I was hammered.
It was good.
You guys
though.
aren't ready for that kind of story. but
Seattle
I was so
Seahawks
drunk, I didn't know
draft
what I was
watch
eating.
party. The Chargers are on the clock. Let me hit the sound really quick. 4 minutes left for the Chargers.
Is the Dolphins up? Is that what you're saying?
No, they got this is their forfeited. Why'd they forfeit? Was this like a? Does anybody know why?
They broke some kind of rule
I
with.
thought it was a rule breaking. Okay.
Yeah. But to answer your question, Codes, the tight end for the Los Angeles is Gerald Everett.
Yeah, they go. I
Everett.
think they go Kincaid. Then they have to, right? And
Gerald
guys,
Everett's nasty.
Ricky looks like a much bigger man than me. So when he does see me, he's probably gonna shove me in a locker for all these snack comments. But it's all love.
He's 5'9.5". Where? So
I don't
where?
think
Where,
Kincaid
I'm
dinner
fine.
is the difference.
where do you guys have Kincaid going?
Cody
I
thinks
think-
he's going to Los Angeles. He doesn't
Yeah, I
believe
think-
in the Gerald Everett. I mean, dude, Gerald Everett went ham.
Yeah.
and-
Gerald Everett's that
and-
guy. I don't.
Why
you
not
know,
have
he went
two?
bananas in.
But why
in
not have
fantasy last year.
two?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I just don't see Kincaid going there. I think there's too much wide receiver talent to look up, especially with your wide receivers getting old. And Mike Williams and Keenan Allen and not being able to stay on the field. And you
Yeah.
have somebody like a Josh Herbert. Now, look, I do believe that Kincaid is a massive threat, kind of like a Gronk. And could,
He's
If they play both at the same time, he did do a bunch of short dump passes that
Yeah.
last year. That's how I killed.
yeah. We saw
quite a few
we
people.
saw it at Utah, right? Two tight end set, and both the tight ends were very good.
the pick
and you
is
never
in.
kn-
And Kincaid also has a back injury, which may drop him. See, John P., would it be nice if you could just call and be able to tell us that? That'd be great.
So, well, I mean, like the guy is just a fountain of knowledge. Just a
Dude,
fountain
it's-
of knowledge.
It's unreal when it comes to football, dude. It's uncanny.
J-
Dolphins are
John
charged
P
with
was the
tampering.
one that clubbed him in the back to give him his back injury.
That's
It
Best
exactly
sounds
right.
available, best fit. They got Nolan Smith here on the ESPN clock. Best fit for the Chargers. That wouldn't be a horrible pick either for them to get an outside linebacker.
Yeah.
TCU, there it
TCU
is,
wide
wide
receiver.
receiver, taking Johnson. Quentin Johnson going way down the list, but I did say
Woo.
he is
Big
a
frame
top
guy.
wide receiver. A big pickup. Look, we knew it was going to be wide receiver, so I think we were in the right category. And we did say wide receivers are going to fly off the board. Again, we
Yeah.
are now going into pick 22.
Dialed
And
in.
the Jaguars have a feast in front
That's
of them.
just a smorgasbord of options. The smorgasbord.
Unbelievable.
Okay,
I'm
They
loving
do
this.
go. They, and the Chargers do have a type, right? They like the bigger wide receivers, and I think he's 6'2", 6'3", right?
6'2", 208. He almost
Yeah.
6'3", yeah.
Perfect.
6'3",
Frame.
208. So
That's what they like.
that's a yep. Everybody has a type, Codes. Everybody's got a type.
Hey, Will Levis just stood up. I think he knows that his night's over.
He's like, I gotta get out of here.
Or
Well,
he just
his
got a
legs
phone
are just
call.
numb.
Or he
No.
just got a phone call.
You
You
saw
think
the smile?
it was
Oh, look at that point
Like,
point
I'm so
eight
embarrassed.
0.8% chance that he would have been available at pick 22 going into the draft tonight. He was a 0.8%
Will
chance of being
Levis?
available right now. Yes, correcto.
Wow.
No, correcto.
Wow. What is happening? I feel like we're watching the movie Draft Day, right? Where that one guy with the quarterback
I'll
was
tell you
supposed to go
this.
first, and they found out a glitch in the system, right? They found his pet peeve, and they're like, you know what? We got to pass on him. Like, what was it that made everybody pass on him? Stetson Bennett might get drafted before him at this point.
I was going to say maybe him and
Well-
Stetson Bennett can can be bunk buddies or something. Maybe get a bowling team together. They'll have some free time.
Guys, I'll tell you, it's a frenzy here at TCU Performance here in Eaglin, Minnesota, here in the draft room, the Vikings war room. They're clamoring. They're not sure if they're taking Levis. They might take a wide receiver to pair up with Justin Jefferson. Obviously we lose Adam Thielen. Cook is still on the board. There are 6 phone calls. 6 of them are Miami, all Miami. So that is still on the board.
So let me ask you, where we at? We're at Baltimore. Let's go with Baltimore, and the Vikings are coming up because I do have some questions on the trading Dalvin away. Like, are the Vikings in win now mode?
Yeah, I
Who
think
would Miami trade for Dalvin Cook anyway?
Picks.
Picks.
Yeah,
What picks do we have?
it'd be like next year picks. It wouldn't be anything for this year. The Dolphins are in win now mode, right?
100%.
But if you trade Dalvin, that tells me you're not in win now, especially with the loss of Adam Thielen.
No. Let's get straight. Dalvin's cooked. Cook is cooked. The chef is overcooked. We have Alexander Madison. We got a trio of backs.
Oh,
I was hoping that Bijan Robinson was going to drop, or the kid from Alabama. Obviously, that didn't happen. But at this point, I think that is Zay Flowers still available?
He is.
I think they take Zay Flowers if he's still available. I
So
think
Will Levis Knight's done. It's got to be, right?
It's not looking great for Will Levis unless
Awkward.
the
Awkward.
New Orleans Saints, they don't have a proven guy.
That's true.
The Saints could take Levis.
The
So,
Ravens
Coach, you're
selected
saying that
Bill-
Dalvin is done. You're saying that his fourth straight consecutive year of 1,100 yards rushing, no good, no good anymore.
He just looks not like the Dalvin of the past.
Look,
He's
look.
like 48
running backs lifestyle. Yeah, their life expectancy is very short, and I think
Guys, and there's been a lot of Twitter scrubbing. He did not show up to the paid workouts that he gets paid for. There's a lot of talk here in the draft room that Dalvin will not be with us next year.
Yeah,
That's
there's
a
definitely
fact.
been some talk about that.
Derek
for a
Carr
while.
is in New Orleans, so they do have a proven quarterback. I think Derek Carr is the real deal. But Will Levis would be a suitable backup. Look at this. Boston's up by 3. I need this game. We
Atlanta.
want Atlanta's up by 3?
I want Atlanta to win.
We want Atlanta. We got basketball playoff on as well. This has got to be the best day ever.
We got to watch the Lightning game. We're getting to watch the Atlanta versus Boston game. I get to watch King Horse 1, number 2.
We've watched 16 horse races so far.
Look, they got little guys on little carriages.
They're dragging a guy.
The camera
yeah,
around.
they're dragging a guy.
I got a little guy on a horse over there, but this guy
guy
a carriage.
in a carriage.
They're pulling them. It's
Holly, I'm about to send you.
I don't want to leave. I don't know how to tell my wife that I'm not coming home, but like it's literally Christmas here. Like,
Sheldon, you are home now. This is home.
I am. Ricky goes, bro. We're sitting here talking to Mike, and Ricky goes like, "How late are you guys open?" And he's like, 4 a.m. Ricky's like, "Say less." Hey, babe. Traffic's horrible. Horrible.
All 4 of the tires came flying off the car all at one time.
Yeah,
we're gonna need to get this looked at.
It's gonna be a while. Look at the food, dude. Look at the. You can put it right here. It's perfect. Appreciate you. Thank you, sir. This place. Do you want your food?
No, I'll go sit over there or something.
All right. Look at this BLT, guys. Look at this.
It's a monster.
Yo, look. Bro, come on, guys. Look at Steve.
It has.
I sent him the picture of the little guy right there.
It has seemed that they have slowed the draft down a little bit. Obviously, they got to get their commercial breaks in and all that.
Sure. I mean, look, this thing was hauling ass the first 15 picks.
Bro,
I was watching it while I was working. I'm like, I'm not even going to be ready yet, and it's going to be like I'm supposed to be jumping on.
Yeah,
They were hauling ass.
I couldn't believe it, dude. It was like pick after pick after pick. I was like, my goodness.
I'm sure that they have this thing scheduled until 11 o'clock, and we're coming up into the last like 7 picks or so, or 6 picks. So they're like, well, no. Take all the time you need.
We did?
What is happening?
Yes.
What is this is my
the
new
Ravens,
favorite.
Who is the Ravens taking Andrew? Let me see who I got.
Got to be wide receiver, right?
Yeah.
Zay Flowers.
I would say Zay. I mean, look, you just got your quarterback for 5 more years. Put some folks out
you
there.
got Zay Flowers. You got Jordan Addison. You got Hyatt. You got Mims.
Or do you protect him? You go get him a lineman.
I had him listed as like a tackle potential need, but it's way down, but below like trying to get some defensive help in the box and
versus Flowers.
Yeah, in a wide receiver.
So we say offensive line. The number 1 center is still there, which doesn't have to be a center. He can play guard also out of Wisconsin. Tippmann, also offensive guard, the number 1 and number 2.
That's what we've been talking about with the Jags. I mean, I think Torrance is going to go to the second round. I don't think Torrance is going to get, because there's a lot of cornerback play. Kincaid's still there. So there's a lot of talent left on the board. Look at this. So
Absolutely.
most guaranteed money on a single contract. Deshaun Watson, $230 million. Like, what were the Browns thinking?
Just being
Unreal.
Browns, man.
Kyler Murray, 189 guaranteed. The guy hasn't put the controller down. He's been ranking up in. We got a caller in. What's up? Hold on, Jonah Chadwick. What's up, baby?
What's going on, man? How y'all doing?
We're doing good, man. Who's your team and how you feeling tonight, big guy?
Dude, I'm a big Bengals fan, I'll tell you that. Love
Joey
Joe
Burr, baby.
Joe Burr. Hey, but I'm an even bigger Gators fan. Just want to say, man, I love y'all's channel.
Well, dude, I really
Big
appreciate
fan.
that, man, and thank you for calling in, man. Go Gators, absolutely. And the Ravens just selected Flowers.
Trey
Zay
Flowers.
Flowers. And that
Zay
was my
Flowers,
pick.
Flowers.
That was my pick. Zay Flowers, wide receiver, adding to the juice for the Ravens seems right. We said a slew of wide receivers are going to go off the board, and that's 3 in a row, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it looks
Yep.
that way. That is correct, though.
We're just dialed in here, okay? Why even watch the NFL Network when you can come over here to High
You
Top
got it right here, baby.
and,
That's right.
just get the picks before they even come in?
You got everything you need, and then we've got 2 picks left. It looks like you, Steve, you called it, bud. I can't. There's no way the Jags don't
my
pick up Joey.
toes are curling right now in anticipation for what's
There's
about
no
to
way
happen.
they
If
don't
I
pick
pull
Joey.
this off, I'm getting my own channel. I'm leaving this thing. I'm out.
Oh wow, wow! We gotta make sure you pay your last week's rent.
Yeah,
But,
I got my stipend.
Jonah, have you been watching it all night, Jonah? Or are you just getting off, or what's up, man?
Man, I've been cranking some schoolwork, but I've been watching on and off. I just want to say one thing. It's just maybe messed up, but I've been enjoying watching Will Levis try not to cry on the TV sitting by his girlfriend.
It has been enjoyable, Jonah. I think you.
I remember very vaguely. I remember how he went up and did the Gator chomp on us after he beat us this season. So I remember that, and it's not too funny now. As his girlfriend's, she's not looking too happy.
She's like she showed up thinking
Yep.
she was gonna get a fat check. She's thinking maybe
Hey,
I picked the wrong
She was
quarterback.
expecting that top
Every
five
pick
signing
that goes
bonus.
by, she's just watching about another $200,000-$300,000 fall out of his pocket. It's amazing.
Hey,
Yep,
try
yep.
try a 16-hour drive home by yourself in silence because of that Kentucky game.
Oh, that's right, Codes. I forgot about that, buddy.
It's got to be very humbling. I think we talked about a couple weeks ago with Will Levis. Not a lot of hype was coming out behind him because of his attitude. Egotistical kind of a prick. Stetson Bennett's get the same kind of noise. And it's ironic because obviously CJ Stroud has such a low score, but he probably interviewed well in a sense of a personality and a good guy they want to, be a part of. But Jonah, man, I appreciate your love and support, man. Where are you going to school at?
Absolutely.
I'm from South Georgia, so I go to Valdosta State University.
I hear it. I hear
It's
it and
there.
I feel it. I love being a Georgia boy, Gator fan. I love that. I love hearing that.
Hey man, I can't stand the dog fans, man, but they let me hear it. They let me hear it.
They got you
Shame-
right now, man.
Shameless plug. If you love Florida content, there is a guy on here that also produces Florida content.
Hey man, I'll have to check you out.
Like and subscribe as always.
Hey man,
I love
it was
it.
good
Too
seeing
good.
y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Jonah, good seeing you, man. Love you, man. Appreciate your support,
Later,
man. Go Gators, Bubba. Oh God, I'm sorry I have to do this, boys, but he's calling in. Daniel, what do you want?
What's up, guys?
What's up, man?
Dog? You gonna fire up my
man.
chat anymore, bro? You gotta chill out, dog. We having a good time on Wednesday night, and I got people texting me because you be harassing them.
Hey, listen, man. They bring the people in, right?
I love it. Hey,
They
real quick,
say-
wait, Daniel, I don't mean to cut you off, but this is Cody's time. The Cats is literally in the Minnesota War Room. They're on the clock. I gotta let Cody have his time before they get their pick in. So Cody, clock in, baby.
Hey, listen, I know they like Levis. I get that. But I think, golly, you wait till next year and you take one of those quarterbacks. I think you go get you Kincaid or you go get you the wide receiver Jordan Addison out of USC. And you get another you fill in what Thielen obviously he's gone. You got to fill in that void. I get we got the guy out of Miami. Slipping my name. What's his name? Anyway, but yeah, you gotta go get another wide receiver or tight end.
So that's going to make you jump out of that chair and get Buck Rowdy. Is going to be either Kincaid or Jordan Addison. That's going to be the
Let me tell you this: if the Vikings trade away the pick, you're going to see some Buck nastiness, and it's not going to be good. Okay.
Oh man, I'm here for Buck nasty.
So worst case is trading it away. They got Joey P as best fit. Would you be happy with Joey P for the Vikings here?
I tell you what, if JPJ gets selected by the Vikings, I will be ecstatic.
No, don't you touch my JPJ. Don't you touch.
All right. So number one on the list, JPJ, then either Kincaid or
Addison.
I like Addison. I like that pickup there. Whew. It's going to be hot here, boys. I'm excited.
Oh my gosh.
I like that we got some fans. Daniel, who's your team, Bubba?
I go for the Falcons, but I really don't watch pro football anymore like that. So,
by your comments, you barely watch college football.
Yeah, I love college football.
What's happened to your boy Nolan Smith? I had him taken way before. I don't know what's going on. What do you know from Georgia land? Was it bad interviews? Was it bad attitude? What's going on?
No, I don't. I just think the whole draft is kind of throwing everyone off. To be honest with you, I think he goes later on tonight, or he goes next. He goes next round. So I think a lot of these pro football teams are looking for a lot of offensive quarterbacks or just wide receivers and tight ends and stuff like that. Some
tackles a premium this year, obviously.
So I don't know. I just wanted to say what's up, you guys. Hey, AR got picked out. So congratulations to one of the worst college football quarterbacks ever. It goes two ways. He ends up being really good, and you have to fire Billy Napier because he can't do anything.
No.
Not enough time.
Or the Colts just did a horrible pick.
Is it Stetson, Mr. Irrelevant Bennett?
Stetson has 2 rings on his finger. How many does AR have?
Stetson Irrelevant Bennett. Is that where he's going to
look? I gotta step in here. I don't understand where we get off on giving Stetson Bennett shit because the guy's got 2 rings.
He just rode 2 defenses.
Regardless if he gets drafted or not. Look,
Stetson Bennett can actually complete a pass. All right.
Look, Stetson Bennett's going to coast in a 3rd round. He's going to be a 2nd string quarterback for 15 years and probably make out.
or he'll be in the XFL.
I don't think so. I think he's going to ride behind somebody and we're going to forget about him and he's just going to be like Christian Ponder and we're going to ponder why he's even a quarterback. But all right, they're on the clock. The Vikings are taking a minute. They're taking their entire time here, bud.
Don't touch my JPJ.
Jason says, "Fella, this has been a great show. I appreciate that, man. I feel like
trade.
We are 3
hours traded away.
in. We are 3 hours in. It doesn't feel like it's been like that, and that tells you it's been a good time. And for the fact that we've been over 65 plus for 3 hours, unreal that you guys would hang out with us. And a huge shout out to Best Bet and Mike for having us here. Again,
absolutely.
We're speechless. Rick and I showed up. We couldn't believe it. Like, this is too cool. Again, located here on I-95 exit 311. So this place is awesome. We're going to be back if they allow us. We love it.
We're going to see what happens after the show here. If you guys get rowdy over there, I might have to reconsider.
we haven't gambled yet. Yet.
He's like, it depends if I have a job left, how rowdy you guys get.
That's true. We've been feeding us old fashions. I blame that one on Mike.
Stetson was in there last week, and I gave him a senior discount. I thought, I gave him a discount. I don't know if I get in trouble. He seemed old.
Oh man!
Hey,
real quick, Andrew said that you got a new job, Professor. Slow down, Cody. So yeah, quit plugging FS Fanatics. That show's going by the wayside. We got our Professor boys. We got him. We got our pick. 30 seconds left. 30 seconds left. The pick is in. Hit the music.
Yeah, the guys in the war room behind me are scrambling.
So they didn't trade Levis, Nolan Smith, Dalton Kincaid, and Jordan Addison, and Deontay Banks, cornerback out of Maryland. Vikings take Addison, wide receiver out of USC. Wow.
That's what I'm
Great.
talking about.
There it is.
Come on, JPJ.
Let him have it. And now
Skull.
the Jaguars are on the clock, boys and girls. Here we go. John P., give it to me, big guy.
Get on here.
What are we thinking, Bubba? I mean, what we got a Pickens. It's got to be Stevie.
Oh,
It looks like you called it. You called it 2 months back. It looks like the boy fell. It's got to be.
You stole my heart. You stole my heart.
Jags
on the clock. Do they trade out of it? Do they trade out of it?
That is an interesting one, right? Do they trade out of it because there's going to be a ton of talent go tomorrow? If they can get rid of this pick, trade, let's just say, to somebody with an early second round like the Colts, right? And you obviously throw in a back-end pick, maybe late 2024. What do you do with that, you know?
We got to figure out who's going to block for Cam Robinson. Don't forget that. There's going to be a little bit of a void on the offensive line. I hope it's not going to be something where it's a knee-jerk reaction to fill that position, but the loss of Cam for a couple of games is going to sting.
Will Levis may not get drafted in the first round, guys.
I think
he's already packed his bag. Yeah, he took his lunchbox and went home with his
up, I'm telling you, when he stood up, he left. That was him leaving.
Now, we said this, right? There were 2 guys that we said could drop out of the first round. Well, 3. Torrance,
yep. You picked Jalen and Will Levis.
Yes. Now,
Jags could trade down 1 spot to the Giants. Giants can take cornerback Banks out of Maryland, and so that's a big move there, right? Because they can kind of tap in on an extra pick later on, because what's available right now, like they're not really kind of stressing over that. You know what I mean? Unless they have a guy. Austin's go Trojans. Vikings have the best wide receiver core in the NFL now. Okay. Easy, big fella.
Yeah, I mean,
easy, big fella.
Yeah, to John P's point, we for some reason love taking defensive ends and entrenched players in the draft. It's a very unexciting pick, but watch this end up being that kid out of Clemson. I would lose my mind.
It's got to be Joey. It's got to be Joey here, Joey Porter Jr. In my opinion, I would be ecstatic for Kincaid. I feel like that's you buying in on Trevor Lawrence in that offense, but I feel like it's a little too much.
Guys, we talked about how not deep this draft was, and now that we have gotten into it, we're almost through the first round, and it is healthy.
Look, I think what was bringing the draft down was the quarterback play. And look, I think so we talked about this earlier.
Well, we had a long run of offensive tackles, right?
It's not necessarily quality players. It's flashy players. It's big branded players. A lot of wide receivers. Everybody knows the wide receivers, right? It's typically you see a lot of guards, defensive tackle. Nobody knows D linemen and guards, right? Like 3 or 4 of them. We all know the running backs. We all know the wide receivers. We all know the quarterbacks, and especially these tight ends coming out. We all know them because it's not like a tight end from North Dakota State, right, that you haven't seen all year. This Kincaid, Darnell Washington, guys we've seen all year. So these are the exciting players, and they're all going early.
We traded the pick.
We traded the pick. John P. is in. He is in it. He is in the room. And so now they have back-to-back picks.
The Giants have back-to-back picks here.
No. The Giants is Giants and Jags. It just switched. Wow. Okay. Unbelievable here. I can't wait to see what they got. I love this move. I love this move of the Jaguar.
Unless they get your boy.
The Jaguars
what do you get for moving back one spot?
Bro, we've been seeing it all night. They're going to get a 2024 late round pick. Watch. And for me, because why I love this is you're getting a freebie for 2024 and you're not going to lose out on who you wanted anyways, right? Even if they take the cornerback out of Maryland, right? You still get Joey P. You still got Osiris. You still got Kincaid. Your options are there. Why not go and get that extra?
But then if you're the Giants, then why move up? If you know that the Jags are going to take JPJ.
I've been asking that question all night.
What's the point? You're moving up to get the guy that you know the team ahead of you is not taking any damn way.
But maybe that's what you're worried about, right?
Freaking out.
That's what you're worried about is you don't want to – you have a guy. You have a – hey, I want this guy. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. But I love the fact it's A+ move for the Jags. This is incredible. The Jaguars are playing chess.
I like it. Don't get me wrong, but it's scary. It's scary.
Do you guys think it's Kincaid?
No, they're thinking quarterback out of Maryland.
Oh, Banks.
Yep.
You having fun, Mike?
Yeah, I'm looking at this guy the Vikings just took with that pink suit, man. That's pretty.
That's something.
He's looking fresh. That's Jordan Addison, right?
Yeah, I
that's
honestly saw
Jordan
the
Addison.
whole thing top to bottom. It looks pretty cool.
I'm surprised.
He
I'm
look-
surprised Hendon Hooker hasn't got picked at all.
He looks like a new Flava Flav, you know,
Bro,
like a young.
Hendon
I
Hooker
forgot.
off the
I forgot
ACL,
Daniel was here,
though.
bro. Bro, he spoke, and I looked around the room like somebody was saying it behind me, dude. I was like, "Where did that come from?" Bro. Hey, Daniel, what's up, Bubba?
Of course, you're a Florida fan.
That's
My bad, but hey, I'm glad you're still here, though, man.
Nah, man. I was letting y'all talk and stuff like that. I actually had a long day at work, so I'm gonna let you go and spend some time with the wife and the baby and all that. And just to let y'all know, she's a Florida fan, Florida Gator fan. So
Well, at least you married right, Bubba. But hey, man, appreciate you calling in as always, big guy. Go Gators, Bubba.
yeah,
Go
go
Gators.
Dogs.
all right, brother.
All right.
Jags got
What?
a 5th and a 7th for going
think-
one pick backwards.
you think he-
Unbelievable.
A
Barks
5th round
his-
and a 7th round pick. Beautiful.
That's what JP's saying.
A plus move. What years, JP? The pick is already in. Look at that. Is she calling or is she saying over there?
She's saying it over there. You can just hear a little bit of it over here. It's the high hand promotion we got. She was just announcing the high hand.
Oh, I thought she was announcing the pick. I was like, she's
No.
she's dialed in more than we
She's
are.
really-
Yeah.
Get her on the show.
So Banks is the picks, the cornerback from Maryland. So
Yeah,
now the
done.
Jaguars are back on the clock, and again
You-
sitting absolutely pretty. So
You
2023, John P. So they got a 5th round and a 7th round for 2023. Wow.
5th and 7th this year. Muddy Wow. JP both are on top of it. 160 and 240.
Wow.
You go JPJ,
Shnikes.
right?
JP with the JPJ pick.
You,
I'll let
you
him
have
confirm
to.
JP, imagine if JP called in right now.
And he was here for the JPJ. My gosh. It
What
can't
a
be
day.
real, right?
What a time to be alive, you know?
As you
They'll go-
sip on your delicious
They'll go
cocktail.
this full. They'll go fullback out of this North Dakota State fullback.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
I don't
sure.
wanna- I didn't want to put this out there, but what if they take a punter?
It would only
Brian
be funny
Branch,
if it weren't
safety.
possibly true.
Nolan Smith is still there too, guys, which is surprising.
John P said he's working the phone trying to get the scoop. John P does have some hiccups. So yeah, 2023 25th pick overall, then the 5th round pick, 160, and then the 240th pick.
Wow.
love it, man.
Apparently the phones that JP's calling to get the scoop, those lines are not busy. Those lines are
Yeah.
not busy.
Yeah.
It's just us. Line's still busy. What's up, Tay? Did you see her?
Yeah, I did. In the Giants, the war room, clapping around for that amazing trade.
That's hey guys, let's give
missing
away 2
something?
picks to move up one spot to take a guy that they
Okay,
weren't going to
so
get
say-
anyway.
So say that they would have took they would have took Banks. JPJ is still there.
Right. That's the whole thing. And if we take,
that's what we're saying. We're confused.
Yeah.
Like,
like, what do you?
they had to
what are
be
you
hell bent
flapping
on
up
that being
about?
their guy. Like, and
I
they're
don't
all
know.
pumped about it. Like, I mean, you got your guy, but you gave away some stuff to literally move back a step
Yeah,
If
and the
the Jags-
Jaguars
or to move up a
JPJ.
step.
Yeah,
Osiris in the 2nd round on top of these extra draft picks. A+ all.
Yeah,
of
Now
them.
you can
Yeah.
trade those draft picks, though. Now you've got some leverage to trade up.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah. For maybe
you can go get
li-
you can go
later
get
on.
Osiris. You can go get who else? What else do you need?
I mean, there's that kid out of TCU, I think that's
line,
also a
Richardson.
guard that's out there. Steve Avila, that's his name.
Number
6'4",
one pick.
332.
Yeah, he's the number 1 rated offensive guard. Steve
Yeah.
Avila, 332,
He's
6'4".
a big ass boy.
Yeah, but he comes from TCU, so everything's questionable about them after the routing they took.
That's pretty sick, right?
That is.
It's a hell of a graphic.
Where's that on?
It's on Twitter. Look at this. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's Anthony Richardson. Look at that graphic.
Why does his head look so big?
It's like a cartoon of him.
He posted something earlier on Twitter, something about it's always
Gators?
Go Gators.
Yeah. Oh, that was pretty cool.
Yep.
Bro, what a time for him, man. Unbelievable, honestly.
Yeah.
What do we got? What we got coming here? So we got the Jags, we got the Cowboys, which are unpredictable, and we got Buffalo, right?
No, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so, JP. They moved
traded
back
down
again. The Bills
Oh
traded
my
up.
Goodness.
I am gonna slap an ostrich. This is pissing me
What do
off.
the Bills need?
No.
What do the Bills need though? Hold on. It might not be bad.
Dude, I'm loving this. This is unbelievable. The Jags traded down again. Now that's a couple more spots.
Miles Murphy is who I had the Bills taking.
The Bills look like they need a linebacker, an inside linebacker. Who they have that was like a veteran? Didn't they have Von Miller for a couple of years up there?
Yeah.
So the Jags made it this time with Buffalo moving back to number 27 for a 4th round pick.
A 4th round pick? Yeah, what did we move back to? Where'd we go?
To 27. They moved back 3 spots for a 4th round.
Yeah,
so the Jags moved again.
The Jags are stacking picks to go high up in the second and get everybody they want. That's what they're doing.
Is this Hall of Fame media? Is this the Hall of Fame media?
This is the Hall of Fame media. That's right.
I feel like I'm like in a porno. I don't even get to see your face. Like, what is this? You're like talking dirty to me.
Well, man, I thought I was the guy with the voice on the show. My goodness,
just a little bit, bro.
At least I got an avatar. That's better.
Yeah,
you been enjoying the show, Jason?
I've really been enjoying the show. That's why I called in, man, just to tell you guys are doing a great job. The professor is freaking locked in.
Dialed, boys.
Crap.
Hey, how do you like the High Tops new edition, the professor?
Dude, I love it. I love it, man.
We're just scooping up all the talent on YouTube. We're just gobbling them up.
It's all good, bro. I mean, I get it. I mean, I guess he's too big for my show now.
Easy.
He'll have to definitely check with the board.
With the boss.
There he is. We got a sighting, folks.
I'm here, fellas. What's up, guys? How's everything going? You guys having fun?
It'd be better if we could get a damn Jags pick.
Come on, 3 hours into it, we're all still jazzed up and ready to go. I tell you, Jags, I think they're going to make a high run on second rounders.
The Bills are going to take Dalton Kincaid. Dalton Kincaid to the Bills.
Kincaid?
No way. They go up to get Kincaid, not Nolan Smith.
Something's got to something's bunk about Nolan Smith, man. There's got to be like an undisclosed something or other in there. That guy was a baller at Georgia.
There's got to be something going on. I'm with
because the Cowboys are saying the Cowboys were hot for Kincaid.
Well, yeah, I bet so.
I'm hot for teacher.
What's his name? Loves tight ends over there.
Nobody, not a single laugh on that, huh?
Oh, tight ends it does. Everybody loves tight ends.
Hey, look, I love Kincaid. I love Kincaid to the Bills. Dawson Knox was my guy. I think Kincaid was going to be phenomenal, and you're just adding another weapon to Josh Allen.
See, I got your joke. I understood your joke. I gave you a good courtesy chuckle out of that. I saw what you did there.
I'm trying to keep up with Twitter here to see if this is all.
Pick is in. It says pick is in.
Yeah, pick is
in. Buffalo uses a 4th rounder to jump Dallas, grab Dalton Kincaid. And now it looks like the Cowboys are going to go after Michael Mayer.
The Michael Mayer is another tight end. And my buddy
Notre Dame, right?
Yeah, Trey from the he selected Mayer to the Cowboys too, I believe. Maybe they had him to the Saints. He sent me his picks last night.
Jason Witten clone. Yes, correct. They like that type.
The Jaguars are moving. Cowboys could take Mayer. He is a Jason Witten clone. Osiris is not a tackle. He is not William. He is a guard. The Jaguars are just look. Kincaid. Kincaid. I told you was a Jaguar. That was like a personal favorite. Didn't think it was the right move. So right now the Jaguars have picked up 2 picks and still have an opportunity to get their guy in Joey P. I mean, they're winning the draft right now, hands down.
Yeah, they picked up 3 picks. They got a 5, a 7, and a 4. By moving around 4 spots, yeah.
All right, so who's picking up now? Baltimore's back up, right? Now, the Baltimore, they could go after a cornerback here. Look at Will Levis with his 4 ladies. Are they all his wife? No, one's his mom.
Well, he's not Zach Wilson. Chill, bro.
Right?
See, there we go. Finally, there's a little life out of you.
No, sorry, guys.
He is not having it, bro. Oh no! They just put the camera over to Levis, and like the girls were like, "Okay, enough." Brutal, man.
I mean, he brought a whole entourage of blondes to sit there all damn night. Is he paying them by the hour? If he's paying them by the hour, he got a raw deal on this thing.
So let's talk about that, because these guys have some sort of a gauge, right, of when they think they're going to get drafted.
Right.
And so he's got to be shocked, because I'm sure there's teams.
He's having an Aaron Rodgers night or what?
Hey, see? I called that earlier. It's an Aaron Rodgers situation.
Look, guys, let's put ourselves in his shoe for a minute. Like, is your head that big to where you're like, yeah, there's no way I don't go? And it's like,
well, you get invited. You get invited by the NFL to be in that room. You don't just get to like be, hey, I'm going to get picked high. I want a seat.
Exactly.
Guys, there's the insurance clause too that you're going to be a first round pick, right?
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, so there's an insurance clause that players can essentially take, and the NFL says, listen, this is a top 32 pick. It's I can't remember.
There's no guarantees though. I'd be out of there.
There's no guarantees, no, but there is an insurance company that will insure you, like if you get hurt.
There you go.
If you're in the first round, I think you're right. So there's some value there being in the first round, right? It covers the money.
Professor's on it. Yep.
Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, like a Lloyd's of London type of thing here.
I love when he gets like all fired up and then he takes us to a bush. Like that's the best part, though.
All right, he's at the podium now.
Oh boy. I bet his legs are numb from not moving.
Oh, this is Kincaid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're behind. We already got this pick. The Ravens are up already, right?
Yeah.
All right, so guys, Ravens.
No, wait, the Cowboys are up. The Cowboys are up. No, the Cowboys are up. We think we know who they're going to take, but they haven't.
Oh, I thought it said BAL, so it's DAL.
DAL, yeah.
So the Cowboys,
they
like Mayer out of Notre Dame. That's kind of.
So we think we're going back-to-back tight end picks here, right?
It's possible. But Jerry, listen, it's Jerry Jones and company, so you never know. He could have a wild hair up his ass.
He always has a wild hair up his ass. What do you mean he could? The guy was born with hair in his ass.
Yeah. Let's just say this though.
Oh man,
it's a birth defect of some kind.
It's all jacked up.
He's really. I mean, guys, he has squandered some picks. So
he's also been the owner for like 40 years. He's had plenty of time to do some stupid shit.
So do you wonder if he's high on Levis?
He's high on something.
Look, I mean,
he takes Levis for Prescott's.
Could Levis find a way?
Ooh, I could. Hey, you know what? I could see that.
Hey,
that'd be a smart move on his part, though. You're not thinking he's going to do something good, do you?
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
no,
I mean, we just talked about his hairy ass, so he's clearly not. He's clearly not thinking clear.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
He'll take a speedster out. He'll take the speedster out of Princeton, the wide receiver speedster out of Princeton, or something retarded, or Booty, Kayshawn Booty.
I don't know. He did get CeeDee Lamb, so I mean, CD.
Yeah, that was good.
I think the Bills did really well with Dalton Kincaid. That's kind of
what about Hooker? Gators S15. The problem with Hooker is his torn ACL and he's old.
What about Hooker going to Kansas City Chiefs in the last pick of the draft of the first round?
No.
Kansas City's going to go for a weapon. Didn't they just bring in another backup or something? I saw
their backup retired in Chad Henne.
I know, but that's
look. I think Hooker is 3 to 4 years out from being the guy.
And so 50 by then, bro. What do you mean?
He's already 24.
Oh, he is old.
24. Yeah. So he'll be 28.
Yeah,
that's age discrimination.
I just don't think he's going to be the guy.
Well, not if he goes to Kansas City. No.
No, I'm thinking 3. That's what I'm thinking. 3 to 5 years.
Because of his age, maybe that's not a good fit. It's just my opinion.
No, that's fair. Mike coming out of nowhere, just dropping bombs on me.
Well, welcome to it, baby. What's up?
Yeah, man. Hey, you guys are talking about some hair, and I mean, like you need to get guys some.
We had to get the show back. We had to get the show
Manscaped. Manscaped. You got to give them the high top. Yeah, you got to use promo code high top to get 20% off.
Yeah, there you go. Free shipping. I'm plugging.
Mike's dialed in. You see the Best Bet logo on the top?
Oh yeah, sweet.
Best Bet St. Augustine, boys.
Love it. You guys got to come out. Where does Steve live?
Steve lives in Jax.
All right,
yeah, I'm right here with you guys.
You need to get down there. It's like 45-minute drive.
He refuses to gamble.
Well, you can come in and just have a drink and get some food and just
see now you got him.
See now, I'm your Huckleberry.
Drink.
And the poker manager here is a Seminoles fan. He went to Florida State, so you guys.
Oh man,
you guys can have a love fest there.
We'll chop it up. I can't wait.
Where is Best Bet at again?
It's
St. Augustine, Florida.
Yeah, it's
Which
exit
exit?
311 on I-95, exit 311.
The premier gambling place in Florida, you would say?
I would say, I mean, out of the 30 poker rooms, Best Bet Jacksonville is the most revenue in the state, not counting the casinos. It's an 88 table poker room up in Jack's, huge.
Wow.
And then you got Orange Park has about 35, 40 tables, and then we have 49 tables. So yeah, it's definitely, if you want to come in and you want to get treated with respect and with class, you come in. If you become a regular, we talk to you by your first name. We have conversations with you. You get that special feeling. If you go to other poker rooms, you might just be another name. Nobody cares about you. No one's coming up to you, seeing how you're doing. So come in here and you're going to get the full experience.
Cold beer on tap?
We do have cold beer on tap. Yes.
Yep. You got good food.
We got really good food.
Ricky, how was the food?
Why not
How was
Best
the
Bet
food?
then?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, so the other options around here is
They have pool tables? I don't think they have pool tables.
Sheldon's
No
house.
pool tables.
No pool tables.
They got poker tables though. They got a ton of them.
But we are the option for poker.
We're playing. We're gambling after this, right, Rick? We're gambling after this, right? Rick's been checking his bank account all night. He's trying to move some money around.
I'll say this:
So-
Shelton and Ricky have never been scared of a poker table. You
Oh,
might have
no.
you might have the right guys in the
neither.
facility tonight.
Never a
It's
poker
all
table I
so
haven't
far
met that I
away.
haven't loved. Michael Mayer, they keep showing him on the screen. It's got to be the pick right here, right?
That looks like it. Yep. Nice coif. He has a nice hair coif.
Oh, yeah, it's all in the queue there.
Speaking of hair, I got my fresh fade today from Craig at
All right, Cody.
Freshest Fades,
Easy, man. Okay, we're plugging everybody. Jesus.
the barber.
I love it. What the hell do the Jaguars do? Are we going to actually pick somebody? Are we going to add to the roster here? Where's JP? JP.
Yeah, where is JP? It's unbelievable, right? You give the guy a platform. The pick is in.
Over here.
The pick is in. Whose phone's
come on.
going off?
Turn the phone off.
Jason?
Wasn't me.
Cody?
me.
Steve doesn't have an iPhone, so it's one of you two.
Wasn't me.
Jason keeps his stuff on do not disturb. I can guarantee that.
It was probably wasn't me.
Who's the pick? Where's the pick?
Are they going to
Boy,
lose
they
their
take
pick?
Nolan Smith. The dog.
The dog.
Nolan
Oh, okay.
Smith.
That's a big pick. I like that. I like that pick.
Absolute steal. Best player in the draft. So absolute steal for the boys there.
BPA?
Why did they get it? Oh my god! I hate the Cowboys.
Now that sounds like you love them, but now you're just hurt. That sounds like hurt is what that sounds like, not hate.
That's kind of what it is. I hate it that they have them.
All right, boys. The Jags are back on the clock.
Come on.
Finally.
Like
Then we've got
18th
the
time this
Saints,
evening.
the Cincinnati, the Saints, and then the Chiefs. And we are at 3 hours and 20 minutes. And we're still vibing, having a good time. I'm tired, but we're still humming right along.
Why are you tired? We're the ones doing all the damn work.
Okay. Interesting.
I feel like I'm having my brain is
because he's
melting.
been over there killing whatever's in that freaking glass.
He's about 18 old fashions down. Yeah.
Seeing it refilled, and then it's not so refilled.
I finish it. I look back and it's like it just.
So we got the Jags. Are they going to stick and pick or what?
I mean, if you can only play around with that so many times, where I'm going to slide back 2 picks and get, 8 extra picks for it. At some point, you just got to take your guy and move on.
If they slide that far down, pick up those picks and get JPJ. I mean, you got to hit the golf clap. I mean, they're up. The JP's still there. It's a lock, right?
Yeah.
It's an absolute lock.
Why don't we have a neon thing like that, like where we could wear it around our necks? We are completely unprepared, Sheldon.
I'll have to work on that.
Gosh.
Wait, Mozzie Smith?
Oh.
Not Nolan Smith?
What?
Mozzie Smith, defensive tackle out of Michigan.
What's the deal with Nolan Smith?
What's the deal with Mozzie Smith? Who the hell is that guy?
His shirt's off. It is. Mozzie Smith out of Michigan, DT. Wow. Nolan
He's
Smith.
not even in the.
Daniel Rivera, not go Dogs. Nolan Smith and Darnell Washington both falling farther down the list.
He's not even the. He's not even in the top 20.
Well, you
Mozzie
can find
Smith?
him on page 74 of your program. Like, where's this guy at?
Who is this
Come on.
guy?
Do you see him?
No.
Who's this fucking guy?
Yeah. Ranked 102nd overall, number 1 in our hearts, however.
JP has the inside scoop because he obviously got the word Smith and he automatically assumed it was Nolan Smith. JP over here working the phones like he's in his own war room.
I know. I don't know how he's doing this. Like I'm gonna have questions after this whole thing's over, Peters.
What's the deal? So what is it about Nolan?
Maybe it's those stupid glasses he wears.
Injuries is what I keep hearing.
Now.
I'm just asking. It's not your glasses, like the weird like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar things that he throws on.
No,
you
it's
seen
not
those
the
things?
glasses. Come on now.
Jerry's old ass called the wrong Smith. That's what Clint said. So, are you going to go to the game Saturday now to the Bolts?
I think I'm going to, man. Are you available? Let's do it.
Saturday, I might.
I mean, shit. Let's do it.
Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Let's figure it out.
I'm gonna have to because
You're being summoned. Oh, okay.
I think I'm gonna have to because I was upset. You know, taking that 2-hour drive home sucks the way we lost, and I said I'm not going to Game 6. But the boys pulled through tonight. I gotta go. I mean, this could be their last game, so I think I'm going. I'm off. I think I'm going. I'm gonna talk to you.
William Fisher.
He's all
William
barking.
Fisher, I said wild hair. Yes, the professor is still correct tonight.
Oh, that's a reach.
Nolan Smith is a one-trick pony here. Jacksonville should go after a Florida offensive tackle. You talking about Osiris Torrance, the guard? It's got to be Joey PJ here for the boys.
JPJ.
The pick is in for the Jags. PJP. Where we at, JP? I know you already know. Don't play games with me. JP, I know he already knows. I'm not even going to bother looking because I know it's already out there.
They take
He's trying to get through. The line is busy, damn it.
It's got to be.
It's got to
be JP. Bro, hey, David Soderquist just tweeted Will Levis squirting mayonnaise into his coffee. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up.
Dave's the best.
Where is it? Come on. It's got to be JPJ, right? It's got to be, right?
No.
What?
Twitter's saying that we're taking Anton Harrison.
Who is that?
What?
Is a tackle.
What?
Because we don't have Cam Robinson.
We needed a tackle.
Yeah, but Berger's still there.
Are you sure? I don't see that yet.
Antoine Harrison out of Oklahoma. Okay, yes. Good. Is
that confirmed? Is that confirmed? Or are you guessing?
It's popping up left and right at this point. Michael Silver, I don't know who that guy is, but he's
Well, we got the Oklahoma fan to break that down as soon as he gets picked.
Yeah. Bring it on.
Harrison? What was he about?
Where's
Harrison.
JP? JP is he's not saying anything.
And
This guy
Anton
says Jerry
Harrison?
Jones is an idiot.
Taylor. Busy signal.
I'll get him. Let me look up what I got on him.
This is clearly the most popular
It's all right.
live stream on the internet. We can't get a single person through the lines right now.
Is this not the wild?
He's been good. He's been good. Anton has been a good tackle, offensive tackle for Oklahoma. He's solid, man. It's a good move if they get.
They won 6 games. He can't be that good.
Listen, it had nothing to do with it. All right.
Yeah, so we're talking-
And who are you talking trash about? What are you doing running off with that mouth, huh? Lost to Vanderbilt.
Oh,
Hey, ho.
Easy.
Whoa, this is draft night. This is draft night.
Easy.
Well, why we're talking college? We're talking college, bro. Gators 15. There was not a Florida offensive tackle. He's a guard.
I don't confirmed Anton Harrison.
Oh my!
How you feeling?
How do you trade down? I mean, look, I think offensive tackle definitely is a position of need. It just we talked about it. The Jags typically don't go a flashy move here.
How do you
And
feel?
it's not. and with the level of consistency that only could come from the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, you gotta protect that quarterback, man.
I get it, but you could have probably got that guy in
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 8th best offensive tackle with a 6.27 score compared to the cornerback Joey P. With a 6.4. Look, if they get Joey P in the second round, is that okay? Is that still a W?
No, it's not.
Why would it not still be a W? We still get the guy we wanted.
Because you wanted JPJ, and then you wanted
Torrance.
Money makes a good point. The suspension of Cam Robinson, how much of an impact did that have on tonight's draft? And look, maybe that's why they were shoveling those picks forward, knowing no way Anton's going anywhere. Let's see what we can get out of it. So look, kudos to them for making the best out of the situation.
Hey, they found the 3 Jags fans in the crowd.
Does Joey fall that far?
I don't see
Will Levis has officially switched to a brunette, ladies and gentlemen.
He's got a new chick?
That's awesome. That is so awesome.
There's no way these girls aren't paid for.
This draft is very entertaining. Look, kudos to them to go out there going and get an offensive tackle. I feel like we talked about that. But there's still, look, Osiris is still there. We could pick him up second round. Obviously, more offensive lineman wouldn't hurt. But Joey P could make it. He's not a starter. He's depth. A depth pick for your first pick isn't the best pick.
That's yeah.
At
least he has his shirt on. He's wearing his shirt.
You think Anton woke up this morning thinking he was going to go first round? Bengals are on the clock, boys. JP is nowhere to be found. He's got to be devastated.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
I need the pick. I need the input from JP here.
Yeah, I don't trust anybody but JP at this point in my life. I'm scarred. I can't. I have trust issues. Some shit.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you think it's going to go one way, and then
right.
Dude, the draft is such a crapshoot anyways.
JP crushed.
Crushed. Yeah.
Taylor crying on his shoulder.
I feel like things were moving in the right direction. I'm trying to see what
the Lions, the Packers, the Bears, Dallas just jacks it all up. Typical.
I feel like they did so many right things. He's crying on your shoulder, Taylor.
This is what I said earlier. You know what's going to happen is we're going to have all this talent fall in our lap, and then it's going to get to be our point where we have to make a good pick.
Everybody else in the Jags go hold my beer.
Yep, exactly.
Anton Harris is freaking 6'3", short offensive tackle. The average offensive lineman for Florida is 6'7", I think, 380 pounds. No wonder OT went 6-6 last year, or Oklahoma went 6-6 last year. They got a bunch of midgets playing old linemen.
Shut up.
What's his weight?
340 something.
Oh my God!
Hold on.
Hey, Steve's 340. Steve's 340.
Yeah, what are you talking about here? He's 6'4", 315 was his draft pick.
Oh my God, 315.
We got a wide receiver
lifted.
We got a wide receiver at offensive tackle.
Easy.
You guys are gonna love him. You guys are gonna love him.
Golly.
Somebody's got to take care of Thor, man. Not getting beat to death.
Talking about Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah.
Thor. It's awesome.
Yeah. Boy, I'm glad the Vikings took Addison out of USC, another playmaker for the Minnesota Vikings. We'll light it up all over the
Vikings was 5 picks ago. Let it go. We don't need you to rub it in our face.
We've all moved on. We're just wallowing in our own self-pity.
You guys
You're over here
moved
trying
on.
to talk good about something.
You could have JPJ 10 times over as many moves as you guys down.
Pick is in for the Bengals. Bengals got to go offensive. Look, can we see Osiris go to the Bengals here?
They need offensive line.
Yeah.
They got to protect Joey B. I feel like that's all they're missing right now. The wide receiving core is incredible there. Running back room is healthy. I know the running back room was a picking order for them, but I think the running backs that would need to go first round are now gone. You got to go. You could throw him a Darnell Washington. You could throw him a tight end.
I had Michael Myers.
That Clemson guy moving.
Tight end.
Offensive lineman, Clemson.
D
Oh, look at
D
the
line.
Braves jersey in the background.
D lineman, defensive end
but-
Miles Murphy. That's
The,
pretty. That's a
the
good
guy
steal
that
for
we were
them.
saying we
Bro,
please don't
he's a
pick.
stud. Yeah, Miles Murphy's good, man.
That's a good pickup. I think it's a steal. I think he was
Good.
projected to go much higher than this. So good steal for the Bengals. We have 2 picks left: the Saints and the
We got-
Chiefs. The Chiefs are going to be fun to watch because Hendon Hooker. I feel like a quarterback could go there, but I think is
Why is
Zay
he so
Flowers
damn
still
sweaty?
available? No,
Is he
Flowers is
outside?
gone. Flowers is gone. What wide receivers
Well,
are
what
left?
I have it pulled up here.
Go to the professor.
We are
Yeah.
at 3.5 hours in. This is unbelievable.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Wide receivers left. We got Jonathan Mingo, Jaden Reed out of Michigan
Hyatt.
State.
Tennessee.
Yep.
Hyatt.
Yep,
Jalen
the two
Hyatt.
Tennessee guys.
So the Chiefs could go Hyatt, I think. But where are we going with the Saints? What we got best available here? This was your homework, Steve.
Look, I mean, they need tackle and they need defensive end. I'm gonna go with something on the defensive line. Right now, I mean, yeah, it's just overall best available. If I had to look at it for being at the 28th pick, 29th pick, something like that. Man, maybe this kid out of K-State. I can't pronounce his name. We'll just go
Do
with
they-
Felix.
Do they need an edge or they need interior defensive line? Holly?
Both. They need
Well,
tackle.
because-
They need defensive end.
Nolan Smith is still there.
Yeah, but he's more of his size if in the NFL is going to put him at outside linebacker more often
Yeah.
than he is defensive end, or
That's
he'll be a
what I'm
nick, or he'll be like a passing situation defensive end. He's not
You got-
he's not a 4-down defensive end.
You got the kid out of Kansas State, D end, Felix. I'm not even
Yeah,
gonna try.
that's
to
who I
pronounce.
said. Yeah, that's who I said. I'm just going to call him Felix because I'm not even going to disrespect that man by butchering his name like that.
And then you got a couple D tackles in Wisconsin, Bennett and Brees out of Wisconsin and Clemson. So
Yeah, Brees scares me out of Clemson. He's just constantly hurt, if I can remember correctly. I mean, the dude's literally held together by shoulder straps and popsicle sticks, for the Christ's sake.
Jamal Williams signed a 3-year, $12 million contract this season. Gotta be
Brian
punching air.
Branch. I tell you, Brian Branch is still there too, which is surprising.
Fellas, I'm gonna get. Thanks for letting me come on, crash the show for a second, but I'm gonna go eat. But just wanted to tell you guys, great job, man. Way to go.
Hey, Jason, you said you'll be talking with ACC realignment with TJ Pinnaker of Double Fries?
Yeah. Yep. Tomorrow.
Look at that. Pulling out the
Yeah.
big guns. TJ
And
won't
Jim-
lead
and-
us on the show.
And then Williams too, Jim Williams, man. He's like a 7-time Emmy winner, man. He's a big television guy. So you guys get on there and check it out, man. At CFB-pod.
Well, Jason's obviously cooler than us, man. Golly. That's good. That's awesome, man. Good for you, man. That's have fun with the with TJ. Tell him we said go Gators when you talk to him. He never responds back to my tweets when I troll him, so tell him I said what's up.
He seems like a decent guy, man. I get it.
He's cool. He's cool.
I'm still in his. I think I'm
Probably
still
my
in his
fault.
DMs.
Probably my fault.
All right,
All right,
fellas.
Jason. Good night,
Throw
my
the
guy.
horns down and we'll see y'all later. All right.
Yes, sir. Throw the horns down. Let's go. No.
Oh, there we go. Try box. Oh, you got to be the big guy. See.
Well, it's because I'll.
Jacked up if it's not.
Yeah, it's because it's not
Don't
my
encourage him, Cody.
So Levis, let's talk Levis for a second. How far do you guys think he drops?
fault. Kick Steve out. I'm over Steve.
Oh,
Levis, how far do you think he drops?
yeah.
You got Hendon Hooker, Stetson Bennett, Will Levis still on this board, and I think we all, like I've been saying all week, I think the quarterback room was weak, and I think the fact that these two guys have dropped so far just puts the icing on the cake. I love seeing him drop this far, especially kind of like his just cockiness and
Yeah.
how good he thought he
Daniel's
was.
Third.
I
What
saw
about
something
Nolan
today-
Smith, Daniel? How far does he drop?
Hang on, what were you saying, Mike?
I saw something today with Will Levis. He was like a plus 4,000, like
Yeah.
a couple days ago, and he went up to
Plus 400.
Like, what was that all about? And now he's not even going to be in the first.
Let
round.
me.
I don't understand how Vegas completely just threw that. I'm shocked with that.
I don't know what that was all about.
But look, with something like that, right? Like if it doesn't happen, right? Like you're going all in on that one pick, but the rest of it may not work out to your favor. So maybe they were 50-50 between Bryce and Will. It didn't seem like that, but
Let me tell you why. Because nobody betted on Will Levis because it was so volatile, and also Will Levis is
Pick is in, boys. For the Saints.
essentially his sports marketing group is the biggest sports marketing group out there. They started the Reddit tweet. They took the pictures of him all jacked up on Instagram, and they're trying to pump his
stock up.
stats.
Yeah, pump that value up.
For sure. Yep.
I mean, look, it definitely worked. I think there was obviously he didn't have much noise at all. Anthony was getting all the hype, and it looks like that early hype paid off. Will got a little bit after his pro day, and then obviously Anthony had his pro day after that, and it kind of went back to normal. But yeah, interesting, man. Anthony going 4th pick overall. I don't think if you would have after the end of the season, hey, thinking Anthony Richardson goes 4th overall.
No.
After the season that he had, I mean, I get it. There wasn't weapons around him, but 4th pick overall. Kudos to him, man. I mean, well done, getting it done in the combine and just looking like an absolute stud. And look, nothing but love for him, and hopefully he has a successful career. And Indy, obviously they have the quarterback guru there that helped Jalen Hurts. Obviously, he believes he can do the same thing with Anthony. And I think if you look at Anthony physically, I mean, he's gonna be an absolute treat. And look, Indy is not far off. I think they went and got Matt Ryan, hoping that he could help them keep them together. Obviously, he couldn't. They have Sam Ellinger there from Texas as well. They're just cranking through quarterbacks right now.
Yeah, my biggest thing for Indy is, being a hometown guy. I'm 25 miles away from the stadium. It's just it seems like they have a curse, the Manning curse, and I don't know. Irsay he dabbles too much. You know what I mean? He doesn't let the GM and the head coach make all the decisions. It's Jerry Jones-esque. He just thinks he's a billionaire and he's super smart, and he's an odd guy. You know what I mean?
Sure. He is an odd guy. That's a good way to put it. He's always had a little bit. Yeah, Brian, the guy said this held together with popsicle sticks. Popsicle sticks breezy.
Well, that kind of makes sense.
He does look fluffy.
Hey, so real fast, off the top of your head, does anybody know who the starting quarterback is for Pittsburgh? Did they go after a free agent?
Pickett, I believe.
Pickett.
Are they sticking with him? Okay. They've got the first pick in the second round. Trying to figure out where the hell this Levis kid's going to pop up.
Oh, wow. What time does the second round go?
Tomorrow at 7.
The Steelers, that's a good thought there. I mean, they took Kenny Pickett, though, last year, I think in the first round. And
yeah.
you go.
So the second round shapes up pretty similar to what we had in the first. So there could still be a lot of jockeying, but you've got the first pick, second round. You got Pittsburgh, Arizona, Detroit, Indianapolis, the Chargers, the Hawks. I mean, maybe the Seahawks find maybe they take him at 6 in the second round if he's still there. Can you imagine?
Steelers get JPJ first, top of the second round.
That wouldn't be a bad pick either.
I would like to see the Jags make some moves in the second round. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of talent still left on the table. A lot of cornerbacks still left. I'm bummed to see Osiris not go in the first round. I thought for sure we'd see another Gator go, but happy to see Anthony and the streak continue.
I called it, unfortunately.
A player being drafted.
You can't say I called it without holding up your cheat sheet and pointing at it at the same time. You've got to do both simultaneously for us to know that you really. I
called Anthony to the Colts too. That was my only thing. Only pick a guy right tonight.
Shelly can admit that I did say that Osiris would probably drop out of the first round.
He did. He did early on. He did before the cast started. He did. He said Osiris, Jalen Carter, and
Levis. Yeah.
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3. Professor
best available. Will Levis, Nolan Smith still available. Joey Porter, Keon White, and Michael Mayer, tight end out of Notre Dame.
Yeah, I had Mayer.
We're gonna go first round, and what do the Eagles do here? I feel like the Eagles are out here getting W. Is this their third pick? Is this their third pick of the round?
I have Eagles taking Steve Avila out of TCU guard.
That is their second pick of this round. Their first pick went to Jalen Carter.
Yeah, I think they firm up the offensive line and guard Steve Avila.
Yeah, that's a big guy. I mean, I know you're not a huge fan of the competition level, but that's a big boy. Oh, and there is a 0.1% chance that Will Levis would have been still sitting here, not drafted. 0.1 going into the tonight.
Hey, something broke. Something went wrong. And I think everyone's a little shook and starstruck. I can't wait to see that interview. John P. says Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter up front for the Eagles. Could you imagine?
I mean, it's called Georgia all over again. They just did this.
Yeah,
literally on this.
The Packers do it too, man. I mean, it's Pittsburgh's going to take JPJ Fish.
Why not? Fisher. He went to Penn State. He's literally already a local kid.
And he's a
and Joey Porter.
Yeah.
Joey Porter played there for what, 15 years, 10 years, something like that.
What do you call that? Legacy? He's a legacy guy. Yeah.
Oh boy. So we got one pick left with probably the most talented team.
Almost 4 hours in. How many people we got left in here? 4 hours.
Just us four, actually. It's just us. Everybody else has gone to sleep.
Look at this Atlanta offense. Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and now Bijan Robinson. Just imagine they had someone to throw to all these guys. It'd be incredible, huh?
Let's see where old Hot Atlanta looks on this second round here. 13th in the second round. Tennessee picks above them, who might still. What did they do in the first round? Yeah, they took Tennessee took an offensive tackle, so Tennessee could be in the market for a Will Levis. I mean, there's a couple teams still floating around out there. Garoppolo ended up going to the Raiders, so they got their guy there. Yeah, I mean, look, the Falcons and Tennessee are both opportunities tomorrow. The Titans at 10 and the Falcons at 13. Both could be in the market there.
According to ESPN Analytics, there was a 92% chance that Will Levis was going to be picked in the top 10.
Yeah, well,
Eagles take Nolan Smith. Eagles just won the draft and the Super Bowl.
Why are they all standing there like it's a law firm taking a group picture?
Yeah, what are they all doing? There's no way all this world.
Men only.
Wow.
Is this me, or is that what it looks like? Yeah.
Wow. He finally goes.
So let's see. On defense, they've got C.J. Gardner, Javon Hargrave. They just picked up a couple of studs on the defensive line. Miles Sanders, Gardner Minshew.
They got Davis.
They've gone bananas in adding talent out there.
Yeah, they got Davis, and they have what's his name out of Georgia this year?
Bro, the Eagles out here doing work, bro. Not to mention they had Devontae Smith. They've got A.J. Brown.
Hurts,
yeah.
Who?
That running back trio.
Oh, Ertz, yeah. Zach Ertz, tight end. Yeah.
Hurts.
Oh, Jalen Hurts.
It's hurting my feelings that you don't know who the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, Jalen Carter, Smith.
Not to mention the Kelsey brother, Jason Kelsey.
Yeah.
Boys.
Stacking talent.
Boys.
We got to go.
Nakobe Dean, Jalen Carter, and Smith from the historic 2021 Georgia defense. Pretty hilarious.
Well, they found their type.
Wow. Just feeding them too. Just handing it to them. They didn't have to work for it.
No. It was an opportunity that was just put in a nice, pretty bow, and we'll just see in the Super Bowl again next year.
It's perfect place, perfect time, right? You come to this draft with a certain need, and fortunately, everyone around you has the complete opposite need, and their need is a very slim position, whether it's quarterback, wide receiver, etc. And the DTs and D linemen are thick and juicy, and you find yourself with just a few other teams that have those needs, and back right into it, man. It's just perfect timing for the Eagles, and to have all those other places, fixed up and ready to go. Honestly, the Jaguars were in the same scenario in a sense.
It felt like that was exactly what we were, and we just ended up with a different outcome.
Yeah, like we didn't take advantage of it, but I'm excited. Look, Dude Perfect's out there.
I do ask you this, guys.
Who the hell are those guys?
How do you feel about BPA in drafting?
Oh, I mean, it depends on where you're drafting, right? Like, I mean, if you're in the top 5, you should probably be going for best player available, unless you've got such a glaring specific need and the player just naturally fits your roster. But when you start to get down into, your later rounds, I mean, you almost want something that's more specific to your roster needs right then, because the talent disbursement from the top 5, top 8 down to 24, that's a pretty significant drop off typically.
Gotcha. Yeah, I kind of thought BPA was kind of a
best PPA works good for fantasy football. I think that's about it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like if you got, like, I always say when people say, "Oh, you got to get best player available in the draft." Well, if you got 2 elite, D ends, you're not going to go and get another D end. You know what I mean?
Sure.
If you have other issues, like if you need a wide receiver and there's a wide receiver there. So I wonder that. I always ask people that about BPA, because a lot of these NFL
Nolan
teams,
Smith had green socks on like he already knew.
Oh, come on. Collusion.
Scripted. The script.
It's like, what is this, the WWE?
Yeah.
Amateur hour.
Yeah, I find it funny though. Two of my players fall out of the first round.
I feel like the Chiefs also too. Great team, great position, a lot of talent left on the board where you can kind of go. You got your pick.
What do I want? Yeah, what do I want?
How do I want to make this team just a little bit better?
Because they need more talent.
Yeah.
Let's see what wide receiver they got. Hyatt.
What's their position of need?
Mims. They need O-line.
Yeah, that would be my guess, is to keep
wide receiver and defensive line is what they've got here.
Defensive line, I guess, absolutely see.
Mayers is still there. D end. Let's see. They got the kid out of Kansas State. That'd kind of be a reach. Interior defensive tackle. They got Benton out of Wisconsin, Pickens out of South Carolina, and Gervon Dexter out of Florida. So we might see one more Florida player taken here.
Wide receiver could be an option for him. I know, obviously, he would like to add some more talent to throw to, especially if Juju Smith-Schuster's gone.
So Mingo out of Ole Miss is there. Jaden Reed out of Michigan State, and then obviously Jalen Hyatt out of Tennessee.
Josh Downs too, right?
Downs is still there, yeah. Downs is still there. Mims is still there.
Feeling wide receiver here, boys. I don't know why. I just feel like they might even go.
McCall Hardman, I think, is gone too, if I'm not mistaken, from KC.
Boy, they have dragged this thing on.
Oh boy,
they have pumped the brakes on this thing, right?
Well, I mean, with the number of trades, maybe it's a legit thing where they're just seeing what else is out there. I mean, hell, the Jaguars moved around like it was a chessboard and did nothing with it. But I digress.
But I feel like the first 15 picks we were done in 25 minutes.
Yeah, I guess at that point, because everybody in the top 5 knew that they were. I mean, the top 5 picks were quarterbacks, so it was just bam, 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 bam. Then all of a sudden things start going a little haywire. What are we doing? Oh, did we really need to do the presentation thing? Midnight, people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
good thing I'm on that night schedule. I'm gonna go watch.
Where's the third one? What's up with the third stand? Is that like we're making room for this year?
Yeah.
Is that really? We're doing this.
Hey, you know what's kind of ironic? I mean, it's It's in Kansas City, and they get to close it out.
Yeah, true. I guess they can do whatever they want. It's their stupid little city.
Look at Andy Reid.
They got a good barbecue there, though.
Bro, I guarantee you, they have their pick locked in. They're just gonna they're milking it. They're definitely soaking this in
till 12 o'clock. You think?
Did
midnight?
Andy Reid get balder? How is that a possibility?
It does, right? It looks like he shaved it more.
Right. Like,
I
would
don't
he
know
have
how
a
you
point
can.
to prove?
He's like, hey, he went
He
to the
thought
barber.
I was bald last year. Hold my beer. I'm gonna go.
Give me the negative.
Oh.
Give me the -5.
What time does Best Bet close over there in St. Augustine?
So we're 10 a.m. to 4 a.m. 7 days a week. Their other 2 locations, it's 10 a.m. to 4 a.m. Sunday through Thursday, and then 24 hours on the weekends.
Gotcha.
So we
Holly,
plan on just leaving here and going straight to work, right, Rick?
yeah, Holly, he won't make it tomorrow.
No, he's already worthless. Look at him. He can barely sit up straight. He's got,
I'm done.
I'm
done.
He's just a jelly of a man.
In.
Yeah,
He's just a jelly of a man.
Yeah, we're 4 hours in, dude. I'm just. Williams says, "Can anyone speak to what the Jags are thinking? This is mind blowing. Can't wait to hear how this is explained." I don't think it's Cam Robinson being suspended. They had to do what they had to do.
Well, you can't.
They must be expecting him to be out like for half the season, if not more. If that's
What do you
the
get
case.
suspended
6 games? It might be 6 games, I think, which is a pretty penny. So,
What do you get suspended for?
PEDs.
Oh, they need to test Levis then.
Yeah, he hadn't hit his growth spurt yet, so he was trying to get over
they're
the
on
top.
the phone. They're on the phone. The Chiefs are still working. They don't seem to be like that locked
Minnesota?
in. You think they're trying to trade the pick? Oh, there goes Andy. Where's he headed? Easy. Don't fall over, Andy. Pick is in, boys. Last
Are you
blurb of
trying
the
to
night.
imply that he's top heavy?
Yeah.
Sheldon, just dying, dude.
He was all leaned up. You look like a. You know what you look like, Shelton? You look like a
I think it's a
grandma's
record-breaking
fruitcake that
stream.
hasn't set yet.
This is a record-breaking stream.
4
It is.
hours. I thought you wanted to do 24 hours.
Yeah.
Bro, we've talked
Could
about
you
it.
mad?
And
Yeah.
every time I hit these long ones, dude, I'm like, talking's it's tiring, dude. It's harder than people think and realize.
Dude, I'm gonna watch some Addison film and then I'm gonna crash tonight.
What? I know a lot of people watch our shows and they think, wow, that there is no effort at all into the things that just fall out of our mouths. But I'm telling you, it's a little harder than it looks after a 4-hour run.
I'm telling you, I yelled at the wife and the kids today because Shelton called me and was like, "Hey, I need you to do instead of 1 through 10, I need you to do 10 through 20 also." So I was like, "Everybody, shut up! I'm over here focusing. I'm going live in 3 hours. I got to figure out these picks." I was in forums.
He was ready. They take Felix. This is who you're talking about.
Oh yeah, with the crazy name.
Defensive end, Kansas State.
Just Felix.
Bro, what an anticlimactic close. Like what?
Yeah.
Like the hype for tonight, I felt like it kind of just flattened out after the.
You as a human flattened out.
The second round is going to be an absolute. It's going to be mayhem.
Yeah. Should have took off tomorrow night. I could. What are we doing?
Not this again. Oh man. Well, look, I think the
round
best part
2.
is we've had 50 plus in for 4 hours straight.
Solid.
You guys rock. Well, we're gonna shut it down. Ricky has been itching to gamble. He's went to the ATM 5 times now, waiting to play war. So we're gonna go let him have some fun. But you guys, hell of a first night. We'll back at it again. Eagles gonna dominate with all them UGA players. Look at Mo Money Dog. We just waited to the last second to say something.
I guess Shelton, what do we are? Am I taking off tomorrow or what? Do I got to grind or what?
No, go to work, Cody. Go to work.
Go to your real job.
Yeah.
We'll send you an invoice for your time. I'm not sure if you know how this place works, but you pay us to be here.
Well, guys, hey, shout out to Evis Fanatics. Go check him out for being on here for 4 hours. Shout out to Best Bet, guys, located here at I-95. exit 311. And next Saturday, they're having a Kentucky Derby, May 6th party. Shout out to Mike again for being here with us. And again, for allowing us doofuses to come in here and have a good time. I think we had an absolute blast, Mike.
Go Gators.
Go Gators.
Yep.
Give them the chomp. Let's sign it out, boys. We will see you guys sooner rather than later. It seems to be a busy weekend for the portal, so stay tuned. Make sure you guys like, subscribe if you are. I'm imagining everyone in here is probably already so subscribed to
There's
like.
no chance they're not. There's no chance they're not.
Until
All
next
right,
time,
guys.
boys. I'm Sheldon.
And I'm Holly.
And I'm Cody.
And I'm Mike.
There we go. You guys
There
have a
it
good night,
is.
boys. Boogity, boogity, boogity. See ya.
Go Gators.
I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this.
Love you, boys. Let's get it.
in the